You are now tuned into the FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah. Syndicated worldwide to bring real black radio back to the masses.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, everybody, 1, 2, 1, 2. You're now in tune to another session of the syndicated worldwide FuseBox Radio Broadcast, bringing you a slice of what we call 21st century black radio to the masses, a mix of old and new school music representing the Black Diaspora, such as hip-hop, soul, funk, jazz, reggae, and more, along with news commentary and sometimes interviews here and there. On the news and mix-in, you got myself, DJ Fusion. On the side, you got my bro who currently right now is apparently beatboxing, doing the same. Let me have him go ahead and introduce himself.
Yes, indeed. Me in the future, still in the lead. Yes, indeed. The whole wide world, of course. Big shout out to all the beautiful boys and girls. And, of course, big up and much love to the wonderful DJ Fusion in the house. Of course, I saw Raw Black Hawk, a.k.a. Shabaka Stone, back in the zone, back in the globe. Want to say peace to all known and unknown. Yes, indeed, one up to all. We back to Rocket Fusion. What's the deal?
Doing pretty good. Glad to be back in the mix doing a new show after the Memorial Day break that we had and stuff like that. Since for a minute, both of us were out of town and handling different things, and there was a little delay even post the break due to allergies. But hey, man, the allergies right now, for whatever reason, are calmed down in my corner of the East Coast of the U.S. So we can do this commentary thing, we can do this music mix thing, and we definitely got a lot to talk about. So we're going to go right ahead and get into that. For our listeners from the old school, some folks have been rocking with us since '98 when we were doing our thing in Jersey at Rutgers U Radio. To those in the present, whether it's through your favorite FM radio station, internet radio station, music streaming service, or podcast service, we are glad to have y'all all on board.
Yes, indeed.
And for those who are new, let me just break down how we do the radio show. At the beginning, we do our promo spiel, how to reach out to us, check things out, so forth and so on, upcoming events. The next part of the show is both myself and the Black Hawk getting into a bit of commentary. And then the last portion is us getting into the music mixes of old and new school tunes. So let's just go ahead and hop right into everything. You can always check out what's going on with the FuseBox Radio Broadcast family via our official website, FuseboxRadioOnline.com. That's FuseboxRadioOnline.com. For folks on the social network end, the vast majority of our joints on there end with FuseBox Radio. So, for example, Twitter.com/FuseboxRadio, Vimeo.com/FuseboxRadio, Instagram.com/FuseboxRadio, so forth and so on. Now on Facebook, our official Facebook like page, which I really appreciate more and more people, sharing the content and hopping on each time. We're still trying to get a few more of those thumbs ups. It's Facebook.com/FuseboxRadio Radio Show, which is straight up one word. Now my official page is Facebook.com/FuseboxRadio Radio, which as long as you got some common sense when you're making commentary and everything, I don't mind you commenting. But if you act brolic, I have no problem with blocking and kicking you off because I'm an adult and I don't mind people not being on because I don't get an extra thumbs up with a like or whatever. I really don't care. So sometimes you got to reinforce this with people. Where it's like, I won't follow your page anymore. Good.
Wow.
I got real life stuff going on there. Yeah, pretty much.
I will keep it grooving.
Get your self-esteem in check and all that. But anyway, if you want to check us out via the podcast ends, you can pretty much get us through the vast majority of podcast services right now. We got added on to one or two as of late. Shout out to the folks over at Overcast FM and Acast.
Yes,
If y'all
yes,
use
one
those
love.
services and directories,
God
you can
bless.
go ahead and check us out. Of course, we're available via
Yes,
iTunes,
yes.
Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and plenty more ways. Shout out to our podcast host for, God, it's been damn near 10 years we've been with Podomatic, I think. Shouts out to them.
Nah,
We were there for a very long time.
yeah, that's right. You're right. You're exactly right. Yeah, that's right. Big up, was that Prismatic, right?
Yeah, DJ Prismatic back in the day for hipping us to the podcast wave when it was just getting in its beginnings during that
Yes,
first
yes,
generation iPod wave and
yes,
whatnot.
yeah.
So yeah, man. Shout out to those folks. And if you're just there, like, I can remember any of this stuff, just search for FuseBox Radio Broadcast on the web. You'll be able to find out all of our things via there. Our official blog site is blackradiowasback.com, which has a lot of updates in terms of some of the press things we've been doing recently,
Yes,
including
yes,
Awesome Con. Shout out to Ben Penrod and all the great folks who set up that event at the convention center
yes,
about
yes,
a week ago for all my popular culture and comic book lover heads. Also, some of
yes, yes.
our podcast friends who help us out and support had a great panel. It was cool to see a whole bunch of black dudes talking about pop culture and having a full house. So shout out to the folks over at Nerdpocalypse. Shout out to the folks over at Workman 40 Acres, Movie Trailer Reviews, and the Gaming and Then Some podcast. Besides their nostalgia panel, they also had a really nice get together at Penn Social, and
No
a whole bunch of black podcast folks and just other various people who were down for the cause came through, and it was a good time. So I always got to give props to fellow independent media folks who are doing it. Shouts out to the peoples who've had us do press things the past few weeks. Like, we're getting into more and more stuff, and it's pretty awesome. So shout out
yes,
to
yes.
PBS for the National Memorial Day concert. Shouts
No
out
doubt.
to the folks at Strange Music and Tech 9 for having folks stop through their show at the Howard Theater.
No doubt.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's just been hectic, but it's been hectic in a really good and appreciative way. We got more stuff coming down the horizon. Peeps are
Yes,
going to
yes.
be rolling too. We'll just announce that as time goes by. On the DJ end, of course, shout out to everybody who books us. And you can reach out in terms of like booking us for various things through the FuseboxRadioOnline.com website.
No doubt.
And yep, during the past few months, folks have done everything from the National Cherry Blossom Festival to private
Yes.
events to
Yes.
also shout out to the folks over at Capitol Pride. They had hit me up a few weeks ago and did the joint for them over there, and
Yes, yes.
audience and crowd was cool. Definitely appreciate all of that. And also, real quick, shout out to the folks over at Mount Pleasant for the Uprising Festival.
Yes,
That was
yes.
a great time. They had their first ever
Alright.
festival during Memorial Day weekend. I got to spend a little bit
Yes,
at
yes.
that, and it was a nice community event for the folks in the D.C. area, all up and down Rhode Island Avenue.
Alright.
And that was free. They had a cool local music acts performed. There were a whole bunch of cool local vendors, people creating live arts, folks going ahead and the art gallery stuff over there. They had their other arts on display. It was cool. So definitely wanted to shout those folks out really big who were at the Recreative Spaces Center who put that together and
Yeah.
what have you. And like I said, plenty more is going on and going down, and just check our websites and announcements and all that stuff, and you will be able to find out what is going on. So at the moment, that's about it on the announcement end and whatnot that I can think of. And for whatever
Well, there's one
reason,
thing that,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
just one thing. One thing I wanted to say is that's not necessarily entertainment related, but I think it was about a couple months back. An elder had passed, and it was never addressed on this show.
Oh, true.
And I wanted to at least address it real quick and maybe give a couple of book titles that this elder had left for us, and that was Fusion. Fusion. I know you're aware of him, but so correct me if I'm wrong in his name. I think it's Dr. Ben Yakhanan.
You got it right, yeah. Mostly known as Dr. Ben by a whole bunch of folks.
Yes, for people who know him, this is maybe old, but it was about, I guess, a couple of months ago, but it wasn't addressed on this show, and, we wanted to address Baba and what he did in the sense of being able to, a lot of, I guess, black writers within maybe psychology and the science fields and, of course, in history, would have known about him and known about his works, you know what I'm saying? And so, and for people who just want to know about him. And anytime anybody wants to know anything that has to relate it to do with, biblical history or almost just history in general of the ancient world, he would definitely be a good person to go to look for. Some book titles are Africa, Mother of Western Civilization, African Origins of Western Religions, Black Man of the Nile, and there's others, but that's foundational work. So, if there's any biblical things that anybody has anything to say, anybody who does not know could go to that person. Could go to those books and which he broke most of that stuff down in the 70s, and basically it still applies to today. But just wanted to give a big up to Baba as he's passed on to be with the ancestors and be back a part of the Black Water. All right.
No doubt. And I think that was the perfect thing to say, and I'm way to round it off. Dr. Ben, like a whole bunch of other folks, like Dr. Ivan Van Sertima and more, definitely played a big role in terms of how I started looking at the multifaceted history of black folks all over the world, ancient to present. So just on that level alone, definitely some big ups right there, and the Black Hawk is some really good books to start out with. And to go from there. I think YouTube has a few videos of him talking too, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And whatnot. I know YouTube is actually a pretty good repository to check some of these folks out, live and in the flex on the lecture end.
No doubt.
And whatnot. I'm pretty sure there's at least a Like It Is that has Dr. Ben on it. From back in the day. So just want to give the big ups on that end. And we'll just slide right into the commentary. That was a good start for heads to get into. What this came down to news item total right now, I definitely have to announce that, especially as a person who came up in, I guess, quote unquote professionalism in hip hop at a certain time frame. R.I.P. to Robert Diaz. A lot of folks in the New York, New Jersey international hip hop circuit known him as PH or Pumpkinhead. For fans of battle rap right now, if you are not familiar with him, you should definitely check him out and whatnot. The man did his thing on that end for just about 2 decades and whatnot, as well as putting out a lot of quality underground hip-hop related output with a lot of what are some people's current fave, whether it's Jean Grey, Immortal Technique, plenty more down the list besides his own solo output.
No doubt.
And for somebody like me, I remember meeting the brother when I just first started doing the radio show, actually. Around the late 90s, early 2000s undergrad at Rutgers University. Now, everybody had their own encounters and stuff with people, with music, and for people who notice whether you're a fan or you do stuff in the business, you're going to have your folks who are going to be have their ups and downs and sometimes might be funny towards you. Especially if they start, blowing up and getting to a certain place. Now, my personal experience was that I never had one bad encounter with the dude. He was always a class act from his beginnings to when he started blowing up bigger on the battle ends and more. And for some of the newer generation who might not understand the literal I gotta hustle outside of an event or a record store a la Fat Beats to sell my product type of vibe, or I have to go to an open mic to get my joy blowing up type of vibe, he was like that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? From time frames that he was in the radio station in the studio to doing various events in the New Jersey, New York area and whatnot. The dude had his skills lyrically, but the dude, like I said, for me in my experience, never a bad word, friendly, smile on his face, but it wasn't like a fake MF smile. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude genuinely enjoyed what he did and what he was into, and I personally know quite a few people he helped out a lot in terms of navigating the independent music scene. Some of whom are in way higher places right now because of that brother's input.
No doubt.
And the things that he did, New York representative, like I said, definitely did this thing in Jersey. I know for a fact, around when I went to Rutgers in Central Jersey, he helped out a lot of cats at that time.
No doubt.
A whole lot. And for some of those folks who remember those early Court Tavern days or whatever, when you had like the various hip-hop open mics and shows and stuff, that cat was always there. And like, it's one of those things to me where, besides the fact that the brother was young, he passed away at the age of 39, and as of this time frame when I received the news, there has not been a definitive cause of why he passed. It's rare to run into a cat who has talent, but also has a sense of balance with themselves as much as possible as a human being. There's plenty of talented people who act like jerks. Let's keep it 100. And who always act like jerks. And there's people who, they might seem cool, but when they get to a certain point, that jerkiness comes out. And I think some people, when you encounter folks, like, you're almost set yourself up for a feeling of disappointment after a while. Because you can like somebody's music and be like, wow, this is like a corny individual. This is a whack individual. Again, I've never had that experience with PH. And it's kind of bugged out because I can't say that I've been in touch with him heavy throughout the past few years. But, there were, the online times, people would be like, hey, what's up, how you doing, all of that. And there would be times when the cat ain't pushing the product. You know what I'm saying? And I think when you're on the DJ end or the promoter end or any other type of end, you're almost kind of used to people doing the pseudo-friendly, I'm pushing something type of thing. And it might seem corny, but for me, I appreciate when cats aren't necessarily always on that. Yes, we all are hustling, we all are trying to eat, but home training sometimes in the realm of hip-hop is rare. You know what I mean? And to have cats who are just there like, I like that, but hey, I got a skill too, and, I'm doing my thing. That's highly appreciated. So, RIP to the brother, praising condolences to his family, friends, fans, fellow folks who worked with him, especially, the Brooklyn Academy heads, the Stronghold heads, the NYC area heads, the Jersey heads. That cat was a part of that late 90s and onwards foundation for some of this independent hip-hop thing that's in a whole different place now. And whatnot. In a way, I look at it in terms of some of us who've been doing this, like, we started out younger, but you're not necessarily, quote-unquote, an old OG yet. But you put in, like, a decade plus in it. You're kind of an OG, and it kind of makes me sad to see cats like that just go away. And pass away. So, I just had to say my piece on that. YouTube had a ton of his stuff out. The Orange Moon in Brooklyn album is personally one of my favorite joints he put out and whatnot. That was around the mid-2000s in terms of a complete work. A lot of his battle videos are on there with everybody from Reeves Everflowing to Capadonna and more, where, you can hear the brother had skills. And this is almost before, I would say, even the Smack DVD period. Or when it was just coming up. I mean, I'm talking about Blaze Battle Time. We talk about, like, the late 90s. And what have you. So, yeah, man. Check the brother out if you're not already familiar with his work and what have you. I mean, he gets it on so many independent people's joints. I can't even list them all. Like, I don't necessarily like saying go to Wikipedia, but you might want to do that. And for some of y'all who are just there, like, I'm the independent head, you're going to be like, ah, damn, he worked with a lot of your favorite NYC area MCs and more. like real talk. So, rest in peace to the brother, man. Like, he did his thing. And, let's get into a few joints here right now, because the news cycle just went all over the place, so I think I'm going to just mix it up a bit. Shouts out to Serena Williams, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
Won her 20th, let me repeat this, her 20th Grand Slam title this past weekend at 33 years old.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Since teenagehood, she's been murking it. Okay? And on top of all of that, she didn't just win the French Open to get her 20th Grand Slam title. She won that joint with the flu.
No doubt.
Like, most people don't even want to get out of bed with the freaking flu. She got out and she, like, murked a chick with the flu she was playing against and whatnot. And, you know, people still give her and Venus and they father a whole lot of crap for murking it in tennis.
Word up.
And for all those folks, I'm going to be petty and say, haha, y'all had to deal with it. Because until they decide they don't want to play tennis no more, they're going to keep winning.
No doubt.
Bottom line. They're going to keep winning. They're going to keep winning and looking damn good doing it. Physically and otherwise. And with the skill set.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. All I want to say is a big up to all of them.
And on top of that, she classy as hell too. Let's not break that down.
Yeah, no. It's a lovely thing that when a sister looks like her and is classy. You know what I'm saying? And I remember them playing in the '90s, and the father, like, you know, like celebrating whatever. Well, me and my older brother used to be laughing at that. And that's how it been in our family. But it reminded me of my family. And so I know that they're tight with them. They're tight. I could just tell that, you know. But, yeah, big up to all of them. And, of course, Serena, you know what I'm saying? You know, she's going to continue to do it. Big up to her. I'm glad for her. And, you know, and going to continue to look good or something like that. I mean, there's some other things, but I'm just trying to keep it classy, so you know what I'm saying. But big up to all of that, all right?
hey, no doubt. Look, I honestly think you're blind if you don't think the woman's attractive. Real talk, and I'm straight as straight can be, but I'm like, those are some pretty women right there.
Yes, sir.
So
you know,
I mean, hey,
I'm gonna be my brothers to talk about that. I'd be man, bruh.
So you know. They doing it up, man. They doing it up. So good for them.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna literally hop around. I know a few stories are gonna tie in to each other. Next up, let's keep the upward in the things for a while. Shouts out. Speaking of awesome black ladies, shout out to the 99-year-old grandma up in L.A. who graduated from college.
No doubt.
She was like, I'm going to get a degree before I'm 100 years old. And she did that.
Wow.
And speaking of that that awesome black strength, because she got her associate's arts degree from the College of the Canyons, she got this degree after she went through 2 strokes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now, you know, that's one of those things you got to sit back and look at. Like, if your lazy ass can't read a book, this black lady got a degree after 2 strokes in her 90s.
Mm.
So, you know, I'm not saying that everybody got to be built for college and all of that, but the education thing I feel is drastically important, even self-education. So get it together. And the picture of this black lady, which I'm going to, you know, as per usual, put all of our notes in terms of our podcast notes on the blackradiosback.com. Why not linking to these stories? That black lady looks so awesome and sweet, and she looked like she about 70-something for a damn near 100-year-old woman. So
no.
She made it happen, and that was pretty awesome. So that little bit of good news there. Next up on the agenda, Michelle Nichols, who most of us know as Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek, she suffered a minor stroke this past few days, but she's doing fine now, they say, so that's good. And what have you. When you talk about representation of people in terms of popular culture, you know, black women in space was not a normal thing.
No doubt.
Back when that show dropped or whatever. Much less you being like a major star, not like, you know, one of them like side people walking around and what have you. For a lot of generations, she's that chick, you know what I'm saying? And we're definitely glad that she's doing well and maintaining. I mean, you have like folks who are like the first black female astronaut in space talking about, yo, I saw, Lieutenant Uhura, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? I had to be about that. So, we definitely had to, give our shouts and good wishes to her.
No doubt.
And everything. I mean, she's one of those people, if I run into her, I'm going to act like a complete nerd. Straight up.
I hadn't even thought about it, of course, during my Trekkie days, and I still think the original ones are the best ones, even though I like the succeeding generations that came. I like all of them, especially the ones when they had, I think Avery Brooks, he did, I think he was Deep Space Nine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they showed black people, even though the original Battlestar Galactica, the original one, they had blacks in leadership positions. I'm saying. So, but this is the point I'm getting is the aspect of blacks in space, though. And that kind of scary for people. So anytime you did see that from the 60s on, that was really good food for black people, especially when they start to study. Well, okay then. So there are black people in space because there are pyramids on Mars. There are pyramids on Mars for real. That's just there's NASA footage of that. So, but us knowing and then finding out about it and realizing there's a connection beyond this earth of black folks. But I'm gonna cut it there. But yeah, big up to her for holding on, and definitely, hopefully she can get something else and have her face seen again.
No doubt. We're gonna get a little more serious, but it's going to get a little ranty, which is why I want to kind of go through these other joints on the up and up a bit quick. Controversy in mainstream news, man. I don't know what happens with us when we go on vacation. Everything in the world has to happen when that goes down. And I think one of the things that ties all of this in kind of to me, a fascinating way is that no matter what goes down, somebody always wants to make white America look good, even when parts of white America are effing up. Like, big time and major. Like, people will try to find all the excuses in the world to do that. And the first example of that, to me, is the situation that happened with the Duggars. Now, some people might be familiar with the Duggars from their show on TLC, which I think is a 19 Kids and Counting joint, and what have you. Yeah, and they pretty much, like, they weren't Mormon, but they're like one of those Christian sects where, they kind of keep it themselves and all that type of stuff. People can look up Quiverful and just see all the quote-unquote special stuff they on and what have you in regard to beliefs. Because I'll put it out front, I am not a Christian or whatever. And at this stage of my life, I don't want to use a stereotype of I'm not into religion, but I'm spiritual or whatever, because that sounds cornball. But the three major religions I have issues with on certain levels. I'll put it like that. And I have even more issues with them when they're warped to a horrible degree, which is what I feel like folks like these do. But anyway, their situation, which I'm like, hey, people, if they live their life and they leave me the hell alone, 99.9% of the time, I don't care what you're on. You know what I'm saying? But their situation that was interesting to me was that some information came out, ironically, not from TMZ, but like In Touch Weekly or one of those other random tabloid celebrity magazines, where they dug up some paperwork through Freedom of Information Act, and one of their sons, by the name of Just Duggar, they had, during the time frame he was a teenager, they had information about him essentially molesting little girls, including some of his sisters. In that big family, like, the filling up stuff like that. Now, things happen, and I'm not one to condone any of that, but it's like, look, maybe that happened and folks got counseling or treatment, and they grew up and moved past it. But the situation that makes this a little crazy is that his parents didn't bring him to the police until after the statute of limitations. So that is already just shady and shifty, beside the fact of, again, I'm not beat for any religious sect that somehow tries to make a man seem like they're on top of a woman and a man
right.
could do a whole bunch of crazy crap, and women just had to take it.
Right.
That's not cool. Much less when it comes down to kids. I mean, you know,
That's true.
pedo stuff is disgusting. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And make it an environment where it makes it seem like a little boy can do something to a little girl, or vice versa, and it's all cool. It's disgusting. I don't think there should be any kind of debate in regards to that. Now, again, if some folks can get help and grow up and get past it and break that cycle, that's cool. But the thing that's so hypocritical is his parents didn't even try, but these are the same people who will, like, diss black people, who will diss gays, who will diss all types of other folks in terms of, or people who don't follow their level of Christianity, be like, you ain't living a Christian life. If a Christian life is supposed to be letting people get away with molesting little kids, then F your Christian life, yo. Forget
I can
that.
dig it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all the type of people who create atheists. Because if that's what that's what God or higher power is supposed to be about, why would I want to be bothered with that?
No doubt.
Now, this information comes out, which again is documented, and dig this thing on top of it, right? They bring the boy to the cops, and the cops, instead of, trying to get them counseling, trying to go through any type of court thing or whatever, they give them, quote unquote, a stern talking to, and they get sent to like a private counseling thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's already something that's bugged out, but dig this, the cop who they had them give a quote unquote talking to, because, Duggars have money, and they're tied into people. This particular cop later on ends up getting arrested for molesting kids.
Woo!
And is in jail for molesting. And you know what I'm saying? And is in jail for molesting kids. But these are the cats
they got to front off in front of the cameras, and I guess in front off of people's parents. But it's a culture, almost the way it happens, in the Catholic Church.
You know what I'm saying? Now, dig this, right? Any other time in the world, if you heard a story like this, you would be there like, these are messed up, jacked up people, right? People need to get their lives together. Now, you got a decent amount of people who've said that, and God bless those folks, or whatever deity of choice you have, those folks.
No doubt.
But then, of course, because these are good white Christian conservatives, you got the Fox Newses of the world and other folks who are just trying to be there like, hey, well, they got forgiven because Jesus. And I'm like, for real? Okay. Okay, you need to roll this back. They're being persecuted because they're Christians. They're not being persecuted because they're Christians. They're being persecuted, which is, for one thing, persecution's a whole other thing that people use and say a little too damn much when they got somebody pushing back on them. But they're getting people get pushed back because you didn't really get your son or your daughters any help.
No doubt.
I mean, I don't know what that little boy went through to think it was okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if it's like a intercultural thing, because America has this weird thing about not wanting to have their business put on Front Street. And there's a part of America that needs to have their stuff put on Front Street. Like, you can't be trying to control the rest of this country. You don't got your own business together. Bottom line, you got cats who are running for president, like Governor Mike Huckabee, he's gonna lose again. But anyway, we're trying to be there like, well, they're being persecuted because they're good Christian conservatives, and Jesus forgive them, and nobody trying to destroy stuff. I'm like, man, listen, good and damn well, if somewhere down the line, which I don't think this is gonna happen, like President Obama, something came out about President Obama and anybody being remotely on that, the world would end. The world would end and be destroyed and raided. If any other famous person of color had something like this come out, people be bugging, people be tripping.
That's right.
But you got folks who are just there like, well, people shouldn't talk bad about them, and they're being persecuted because people ain't trying to have their show on TV. That's not persecution. That's that free market capitalism y'all supposed to be about. People ain't trying to support that mess, yo. They not. And these companies, as much as we talk trash about corporations or whatever, corporations about where the money goes. When people are like, I am not going to pay to see this old crazy mess, some mess I already felt was crazy, but now it's super crazy, they're going to go in the other way. So I have no sympathy for this nonsense. I have no sympathy for the loser white folks and pseudo-religious people who want to try to back this stuff up, man. Like, if you got to use you got to try to hide behind religion for being a perv, then, y'all can smooth F off, insofar as I'm concerned.
No, definitely. I think at the end of the day, that definitely makes the journey that people have to take seem like something that's cheap, and it's a front show or whatever. And sadly, that people will be turned off before they realize it was never about those three religions. It was about a path one had to take that would, in the end, make them better and make them have the potential for something when they passed on, and not have the fear of that potential when they were living. You know what I'm saying? So that throws that away in their mind if they see that. Because that's before, that's the religious stage is one stage, but then it's something else. You know, so it's sad that it's like that, or when we see it in general anywhere. You know, the Duggars represent as an example of, like, you know, a cat that started, you know, dealing, you know, with male prostitutes or whatever. That dude in Colorado a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? You know, last time, you know what I'm saying? Or Bishop Eddie Long. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, a Negro, you know, doing that. So it's unfortunately there's a culture out there, and people who are not in that culture are not necessarily aware of it completely, and how pervasive and how it's global. You know what I'm saying? You know, that new little human trafficking thing that come up, a lot of that involves children. So, you know, it's a funny thing, and individuals have to be very watchful of their own. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very very interesting time to have kids. You know, I used to think it was a bad thing to not have kids. I don't believe that anymore. I would like to have them, but it's definitely, you know, it's an interesting situation. You could be right, but, you know, the world that they go out in, it's dirt bags like that. You know what I'm saying? Who use religion to front it all. And let us not forget what happened at Penn State. Sandusky and the boys. You know, and Paternal died off as a result of that distress. But I'm gonna cut it. But just unfortunately, we have to watch. All right?
No doubt. Like, it's one of those things that just kill me. I'm like, y'all trying to find every excuse in the world for people to just get away with molesting young kids, man. I'm like, that's some perverted nonsense. Word is bond. Like, I like them white folks on TV, so. But, you know, you black, you walk across the wrong side of the street, you're an evil creature. Like, get the F out of here, man. Get the F out of here. Speaking of just the hypocrisies of this world and white America, this story has snowballed quickly. In McKinney, Texas, a police officer who had been suspended and has now, as of broadcast time, resigned, there was a video posted online that showed him breaking up a pool party in this crazy aggressive manner. This area is not too far from Texas. The situation that happened was that at the Craig Ranks North Community Pool, somebody called in, you know, saying there was a fight, there's a whole bunch of teenagers bugging out, etc., etc., etc. Police came through, you know, at first saying there were multiple juveniles there who did not live in the area or had permission to be there and refusing to leave. They roll up on this group of kids. And this is the official thing they said before the video came out, right? And, you know, they're like, yeah, we, you know, had to, you know, sit them down and calm them down, do all this other type of stuff. Now, this is a mixed group of kids. Black kids, white kids, a few other folks of other ethnicities. It was a party that was promoted, and, you know, most people were like, hey, come through to our pool party. Whatever. And with this scenario, what the video shows is that when the police came, they went right toward the black kids. Directly towards them. Now, even though this should not make a difference anyway, I have to say that the video that came out was taped by a young white man who was there. So first and foremost, shout out to him and his parents for raising him right.
Yes,
for being there, like, this looks crazy, this looks like some nonsense. And people can find a video of him testifying where even where even he was just there like, I thought somebody was gonna, this cop pulled a gun on people. They were pushing down and shoving people. There's some other random white dude who wasn't no cop or nothing else who was up in the piece, looking like, they were acting like they were trying to get stuff under control. Like, these cats were acting like they were in an action video or whatever. And one young black lady, one of these cops like kneed her in the back and pushed her down and all this other crazy stuff. And like, people can find the video on the web. Like, it's crazy. And this young black lady was just 14 years old. None of these people attacked the police. Like, you can't even say. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that lady is what she is, but 14 years old is a child. They're needing children. I mean, let's call a spade. What's been happening, basically ever since black people have been in America, but let's put it in the context of recent police brutality. Basically, it's terrorism. Why isn't it not terrorism? That was terrorism. They were winning their cherry picking about who they was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? And then they whatever. They didn't whatever. They went. I mean, they didn't. Like do a couple of other people even don't make it look good. Even though if it's majority of us going down, when they do a couple other people, it's just for making them look good. But that's terrorism. There's a form of terrorism. There's a standing order somewhere for violence and terror towards black people because too much is happening recently. You know what I'm saying? For it not to be. I had a Negro tell me, "Oh well, them doing that in Baltimore is going to affect property like people are not going to come back." Yeah, right. That's a seaside city, port city. Yeah, right. They ain't gonna shut all that down. You know what I'm saying? Like Y2K wasn't gonna shut down. That was a lie to get people to spend some money. But even LA didn't get shut down after that. Whatever. So what? After they got it cracking over there. So I don't know. Go ahead, Fusion.
No doubt. And this is the thing, like, what kills me with stuff like this, because honestly, I've said it on my Facebook, I've said it on my Twitter, I've said it in other places, what kills me with stories like this is you have stuff on crispy high definition video.
Crispy.
Like, we're not talking like Rodney King era, we're talking about, 720 HD, 1080 HD video. People pointing out the scene, seeing all this stuff going on, and there's no way you can deny these cops only went towards the black kids. And until they noticed that they were taped, they didn't even go anywhere near a white kid who was there. And on top of the fact of the video, because some people act like they can't see shit with their own two eyes, part of my language, and whatnot, you had a white parent and their daughter who was there, who said this was some nonsense. You had the young white man who was there, who was like, this is some nonsense. And you still got people trying to deny that black people get messed with by cops. And it's not just a regular, okay, we expect stuff from racists, that's just going to be there. I expect stuff from some people who are just there like, I'm a radical whatever race until it comes over to black people and all of a sudden you disappear. I expect that. But from people of color, especially black folks, and I'll go so far as to say Latino folks in America, who somehow try to act like, oh, y'all just tripping, y'all just bugging. You need to wait for more information to come out.
No doubt.
All y'all guys can go F yourself with a rusty dildo, yo. I hate people like this. I hate these new age Clarence Thomas cats, yo. I hate these old contrarian colored cats, yo.
No doubt.
Like, why you gotta try to be a contrarian colored? Fox News ain't gonna hire you.
No doubt.
This type of stuff ain't gonna make you look too much better towards your boss, because that means you just a pansy. If anything, you're making stuff worse for your own families and yourself, much less your community, whatever else. You're a failure. You're wasting my air. You're wasting the oxygen that I need to breathe and other people who ain't about no nonsense need to go ahead and breathe. Because I'm like, the denial, the purposeful denial of people kills me, because when we talk about police issues, we're talking about it from a black American perspective because we're black Americans, right?
No doubt.
But God bless our international audience. We got our homies in Germany who are just there like, nah, this is how police roll. Because we got our nonsense over here. One of my German people, as a matter of fact, shouts out to Marion, she had hit me up talking about that, over here, we actually have a version of the Ku Klux Klan. And they found out that some of those guys, mind you, we're talking about Germany, which already has its issues. They're talking about some of those guys who identify with the Ku Klux Klan are in certain police areas as cops.
Yep.
And
like in the southern, in the southern United States.
Exactly, and that's what I was telling her. And they were just there like, and they had certain people who were letting that slide. So it's like when people talk about the overreach of a corrupt system, it's everywhere. And to act like it not existing means that stuff isn't going to happen is stupid. It's 2015. That's stupid. Even if you just lived through 2014. Like, what does it take where stuff like this happens and occurs with video and people talking and whatever else before you can actually just be an adult? This is what it comes down to. Being an adult and saying that this is a pattern and something is wrong. Why is there this innate fear of Black Americans being treated on an equal plane? There's a true fear of that. Not trying to be greater, not trying to be better, but being there like, I'm a citizen just like you. I don't want to, because I have a certain melanin tone and my face looks this way or my ethnic classification is this, be treated as a lesser in regards to pay, in regard to how law enforcement rolls up on me, in regard to how various aspects of the current United States justice system treats me, and all of that.
Yep.
Like, putting your heads over your ears and going, la, 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 y'all Negroes are just talking crazy, isn't going to change a damn thing. Not just for us, but for anybody. Because this ultimately damages everybody. This damages white America, because white America is functioning off of false notions of people. Instead of looking at people in general as equal human beings. And then one more quick thing before I get into some other stories that tie into this particular situation, because I hope this cop gets the hell suit out of him as well as the police department and whatnot, is the aspect of whenever these stories come up, you know what I don't need to hear? If it wasn't for black-on-black crime, if it wasn't for Latino-on-Latino crime, if we all respected each other, it wouldn't happen. Look at the history of America. When we tried to integrate,
historical context.
In any historical context, when you have that mentality, you have no historical context, and you're just buying a bunch of propaganda. But let's break things down. When you try to integrate into a system and people don't want you, when you try to separate from a system and people don't want you, you know what happened all throughout the time in a country that, if you talk about the 1776 standards, not even 300 years old?
Yeah.
We've always gotten crap.
No doubt.
We've always gotten crap. When you look at certain historical things, we're barely 50 years past certain things being signed to be there like, oh, well, by the way, I guess y'all Negroes can vote.
Yeah, so what is that, 50 years now for voting?
Yeah, like last year was the Civil Rights Act 50-year
1955, right?
That is
1955?
Correct. That is correct. You
so
had
50 years was that in 2015, so it's only been 50 years.
You've had the Selma March. Yeah. Title IX isn't even 50 years old. We're talking about just basic equality for women in various parts of education. We still don't have equal pay for men versus women, and which gets worse when you break it down via the various ethnicities and what have you. Like, people fight so hard for you not to be on an equal plane because they're comfortable with not doing that. And for people who are of color who remotely know, like, third grade history, who advocate this system, you're messing yourself up because guess what? You are trying to be comfortable in something that you should already be uncomfortable with. And because you're used to a certain system, you're trying to feel like, well, if the system changes, I don't know if I can win. Well, guess whose problem that isn't? That's not my damn problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I like for there to be a world where there isn't affirmative action, not because somebody took it away because they're scared, but because we're all actually being treated as basic human beings.
You know that.
I'd like to not look at my degree and be there like, well, if I was a white woman, I'd make 70 cents to average of 70 cents every dollar. But because I'm a black woman, I might be making 50 to 60. And I had the same qualification as somebody else. But Besides the fact of somebody like me, I can tell stories about the discrimination that are similar to McKinney that happened in my life.
No.
You know, I've had people treat me like I'm a danger, and anybody who's seen me live at anything, I'm a short person. I'm not a wide person. The only way I'm going to really get physical is if you threaten me. Because I'm an adult. I'm not going to be stupid. But I've been treated like I'm going to steal something. I've been treated like I'm a harlot. I've been treated like because I'm dark-skinned, I'm dirty. I've been treated like, you know, I have a degree, but what does that really mean? All that's occurred. And it's 2015. And these younger kids right now, some of whom, you know, this might be one of their first real hard pushes with stuff. All you're doing is disillusioning a population. And for those of y'all who are scared of, oh my God, Negroes getting radicalized, do what's other this is going to keep radicalizing black folks. It's going to keep radicalizing other people. And again, God bless the folks who were there, who called this out, and the folks of other ethnicities who truly show that a lot of this nonsense is learned.
No doubt.
A lot of racism and prejudice is simply learned. A baby don't know how to hate. They just tell it there's another baby. You know what I'm saying? There's another human being. You get taught how to do these things. And luckily for some of those young teenagers there, they didn't go with the flow.
No.
Because otherwise, you know, heaven forbid, who knows what would have happened? Like, when people talk about police reform and other things that need to be done, it's one of those situations where I'm like, why does that scare people so much? Why does it scare folks to be there like, damn, I can't knock somebody upside the head today? I can't scream on them. I can't just toss them into a car and feel like I'm Rambo or that I'm hunting Negroes like back in the day, where people literally hunted Negroes. It was not an exaggeration. Do your research.
That's right.
Do your freaking research. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, stuff like this infuriates me so much. And I guess the funny thing is, when I look at stories like this, it's already wears you down that it happens. But it's worse. It's almost worse now that instead of being, I guess, anecdotal stories that we all can tell somebody can brush off, when there's actual proof and evidence, people still try to brush it off. It's insulting.
Yeah.
And for other people of color who've made it to a certain point, and, you know, maybe you haven't had certain experiences, good for you. But you shouldn't just shut that off and be like, I don't care about what happens to anybody else.
No doubt.
Myself and the Black Hawk are lucky, more or less. You know what I'm saying? We've had our bad experiences, but we're doing pretty okay in the realm of life's ups and downs. But that doesn't mean we're going to be there like, well, screw those other black people over there. Because I'm doing okay. That's retarded. You know what I'm saying?
It's like there's certain things that I think all human beings are reserved, should be, every human being should be treated with respect.
No
I
doubt.
think it gets down to individuals doing what they need to do in the sense of being able to provide for themselves and being able to set up a future so they'll be able to support themselves and their families, and which is obviously a good thing. I think as individuals don't take into account the mental and spiritual aspect, because that's going to have the interpretation of your, like, for example, just because I'm living in a nice neighborhood, whatever, I'm not looking bad at the people who are living in apartments in the back, you know what I'm saying? But that comes down to, I guess, like Fuse was saying, how individuals were taught, and that training aspect, which would, you know, give people a sense of whatever, you know. You're not superior based upon what you have outside of your body. It's inside that which is good or whatever, or if we label it superior, but not necessarily that's something that I can put in my hand or I can touch, you know. And so there's certain basic fundamental laws of mind, consciousness, and just reality that I think people are out of touch with. And I think that as people live longer within the illusion, and fantasy that they've been either, you know, born into, they start to like it. And then it's hard for people to shake that. And people become, I guess the old good book says, reprobate. Like I think in the book of Romans in the Bible. I'm not Christian, but I just remember that stuff from being a Christian. And people are just cut off almost. That they're just sucked into, that almost like, paralyzed almost, paralysis, viewing individuals almost, they have to be, it's like you see me reading on the train and you look at me funny. Niggas ain't supposed to, Negroes, black, gods ain't supposed to read. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you had something in your mind that looked at me funny, and I read the vibe and the gestures, so I already know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that perception that people come up with, at the end of the day, it's up to the individual who is receiving that. Because you don't have to believe anything, and you don't have to whatever. You know if you know who you are, then it doesn't necessarily matter when people cross the lines and are disrespectful. It's a different thing. But, there's a sense of terrorism almost that people have almost to be subservient through this, like, violence that's going on. And almost, because even though maybe you see black cops involved, it's still not a black organization. So these Negroes are going to find out what they're going to do what they're doing based upon that reality and shield that exists within there that they're going to want to obey because they weren't taught the right way. And so they're thinking about taking care of, bills, which is natural, but not in the way which is in a corrupt way. So there's something that is seated within people that makes them even make these choices when they're in a professional situation, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'm not going too much further. But, definitely when people are able to make countermeasures and do legal due process and other means like they did in Baltimore, then, things can be looked at in a different way. And at least let people reminded there is something going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. Even though in historical context, police brutality never really stopped from slavery.
No doubt.
It never stopped. So it was just maybe there were certain places where it wasn't that bad, but it never stopped. And unfortunately, we cherish the people who are not black because this is perpetrated on black, even though it's perpetrated on Latin and Asian, but it's predominantly since the 1600s been towards black people because there were Asians in America in that time because there was a gold rush in California. So we weren't the only ones here in America who were treated bad. So during those days, but at that time, because even in the gold rush, the Asians were paid while the blacks weren't in California. You know what I'm saying? So there's always been a little discrepancy, even though maybe there's two niggas, but we just treat one better. And a lot of times that's done to pit people against one another because one will have it, and that'll give them a sense of superiority over the other one, even though they're all considered niggas. But unfortunately, like at the end of the day, it's just how you view yourself, and then what can you do, not necessarily as in a reactionary mode, but in a proactionary way to be able to, learn who you are within yourself legally and otherwise. All right?
No doubt, no doubt. And I think you brought up a good point. I'm just going to touch base on that briefly because we have a few stories that kind of tie into this. When people ultimately talk about things, when we talk to the police, I think there's a race issue because, yes, this country is ran by majority people of European descent. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? But when we get down to this type of thing, because there have been white people who've been done dirty by the police too, and whatnot, we're talking about an overall system that needs an overhaul. It shouldn't be in the books of, well, these people can, we can let them slide on certain things, but the second this Negro eyeballs me funny, or Latino or Asian, whatever else, or poor white person, we got to, do things to the hardest of intent, even if they just going about their business. Because I feel funny. Like, something is really wrong with that. And when you have a system of people who have weaponry and guns who are like, it's us versus them, and no matter what happens, we're right. The few folks, when we get into what's also something that annoys me more and more with the internet and talking to some people, is that all cops aren't thing. Hashtag ain't all cops.
That's right.
Hashtag not all cops. You know what? No shit, it's not all cops. You know what I'm saying? But it's enough cops where you should want to change it. On top of the fact where, the phrase serpicoes of the world are rare.
That's right.
You know, those guys who are just there like, look, I actually care about the community I'm in. I know there's criminal stuff that happens. I just want to do my job, not go through a whole bunch of rigmarole and nonsense that's crooked, and go home. What you're doing, because hey, you might be married to a person like that. That might be your family member. That might be your homie. Whatever else. What you're doing by screaming "not all cops" and la 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 lying through the people who are doing obvious blatant stuff, obvious blatant garbage, is you're putting those guys in danger. So don't give me some false ass "I care about the police" type of deal when you're not trying to change the system that's going to protect those few police who, as individuals, are decent people and who may actually want to change a system that they know is messed up in the first place by working within it.
No doubt.
Don't stop being on this Cowboys and Indians vibe, which that's a whole other messed up dichotomy any goddamn way. And whatnot in regards to these guys are always heroes and these guys are always bad guys and man, you know what I'm saying? Grow up, yo. America needs to grow up. Like, as much as some people might be there like, y'all want to complain, no we don't. I like to get up in the morning before I go to work, get on my commuter thing, whatever have you, pull up my news items and my web news links I usually look at, and not see that something crazy's happened to black people today or other people of color. That'd be wonderful. It'd be great to be there like, well, damn, we went through maybe a smooth 3 to 5 days without seeing something about, well, in this jurisdiction, this happened. In that jurisdiction, this happened. And, oh, by the way, only because it was taped, it got caught. And we can't sweep it under the rug. Because, as Black Hawk perfectly said, this is nothing new. None of this is new. But now it's more and more out there, and, you know, God bless the international media and the few folks of independent media in the U.S. who aren't on the nonsense, who will call this stuff out all the time.
And I wanted to say something briefly so it's not misunderstood where I'm coming from. And I've known this since I was a child. And is that there is a war going on. And that I don't necessarily I'm not saying it's a war against white against black. There's a war amongst white people that is centuries old. And that it's manifested and so with the fact that there are whites who have been done bad is a representation of, and I guess in the modern time, of that war that's kind of going on. Because a lot of this stuff, especially when it comes to the food and the organic and the not having people have GMOs, a lot of that was perpetrated by whites. You know what I'm saying? Which black people were affected by. You know what I'm saying? So no one should ever get the vibe that this station on me, you know what I'm saying, is coming at it in an unbalanced way. Because, you know, I was up in Jersey. I had a vacation, you know what I'm saying, had a birthday. Praise to the Most High, praise to the Most High, and praise to the Most High, and Rob for that I was able to see. And my birthday's right after Mother's Day or whatever. So I got up to go up to Jersey and saw one of my, you know, a friend of mine, a white, you know, Italian cat that I know, but, you know, white nonetheless. And so, you know, we've known each other for years. So I got people that are in my life that are not black, you know, who I love. You know what I'm saying? So it might not always seem that way, you know, when you hear it. But there is another level of vibration here, another level of because no one really loves like black people. And those of us who know that deep down realize that is represented here too. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, you know, the fact of having balance in the midst of chaos. You know, a lot of people are not necessarily in the chaos like black people, or particularly black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Because for much is given, much is required. You know, we're at the benefit to be in America. Well, at the same time, there's other issues that come with that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so, you know, we you know, I understand that. And, you know, like, you know, there's some whites who are into pedophilia and some whites who are not. And those two battle and have been battling. So the war is multifaceted. There's some that are into, you know, the high finance and some who are not. So you should never think, you know, we never thought that it was whatever. It's just, it's just like people muscling people though to feel a certain way, But at the end of the day, it's people of the right heart, spirit, mind, and soul that and right conduct are the ones who will see a better end result. I think. All right. I know, but I just say it in that way. But everything is peace here, and it always has been that way. And it's more so now because I know more, where I have more pity now, because the good white person is in a situation where he or she is surrounded by certain black people who may be or whatever, or other races, and then other whites. You know what I'm saying? They're niggas really. In the sense of being fenced, the sense of feeling that they're fenced in. So, and that's how black people have felt in America since we've been here. So, we definitely have love for especially those people who are definitely willing to take it to another level and not necessarily be scared. And then, a lot of these history books and stuff in anthropology, archaeology, the stuff that was dug up about the ancient civilizations, which were black, came out because of white people. So there's another level of spirituality black people are able to know because it was taken from us and it was given back to us through the hands of white folk. That's another level of spirituality that applies more to us than to them. Even though it benefits them, but, you have to put these ancient beliefs in the context which they came out in. In the context they came out in, it was done by black people. And the black people were the only people on the planet who were doing it and who were operationally functioning in this way. So, of course, it applies to us. It's not saying it doesn't apply to them, but it applies to us first, or in the main way. So there's a balance. There's a seesaw yin yang thing going on between particularly black and white in the sense of, because basically everybody else is a mix of black and white. We really want to say it. Arabs, Latins, that's a mix of black and white. It just years went down, the gene changed, and the straight and got light. That's all it was. That's, China, all that. Because all these places were black at one time and then it changed. But anyway, we're peace and love here. All right?
No doubt. And in a way, you saying that is a funny topic to me, because I'm like, the fact that anytime black folks are mad or angry or have a point to make, you always got to be like, we're peace with somebody. The fact that this country hasn't burnt to the ground yet obviously means we just want to be left alone, as far as I'm concerned. Like, you got people just there like, oh, your words. I'm like, our words shouldn't hurt as much as a freaking knee in the back, as a bullet, as a noose, as tear gas or whatever. Like, we're at the stage, which is really funny to me, where once upon a time somebody was like, yo, what is the equivalent of the N-word for white people? I think it's racist. They get so hot when you talk about, well, you're racist or prejudiced. No, I'm not. Like, even with this Texas story. Like, you had some neighbors who, of course, they're like, yeah, well, the cops did good. But I'm like, you know what you didn't do? You didn't show your face. You feel so strongly about this, but, you ain't put your chest out. You ain't put your face out. You knew it was garbage. Like, my mama's generation, like, my mother is about to be in her mid-60s or whatever. And she came up in a little small rural town on the east coast of North Carolina. And I'm like, at least during that era, if you were like a stone racist, you were just a stone racist. Like, don't be hiding behind a keyboard or be like, blur out my face and what have you. You know what I'm saying? Racist. You know how you're not going to be called a racist? Don't be one. Don't look down on people because of certain stuff. And the thing that kills me is, like, a lot of these kids in that neighborhood lived in that neighborhood. Lived in a bourbon neighborhood. But something brought the fear of Satan or whatever, and you had to act stupid. So, screw that. To a degree, I get why people had to say that, but to another degree, I'm like, why do we always have to be the better person? Black Americans always had to be the better person, like, no matter what happens. Like, I'm not a person to advocate violence, but I'm like, people keep poking the bear, yo. I think other people want violence way more than the average black person does. I think people are going to have to defend themselves eventually.
Yeah.
But it's like, y'all keep doing this dumb stuff, man. I don't know. There's two ways to peace, either via the bargaining table or via war.
All right.
Nobody really wants a war, but I think you're getting more and more of this younger generation who are like, I'm going to eventually not care. And more people, hell, in my generation who are grown, who might just be pissed. America needs to get it together. And speaking of just a few quick joints here, because we went on this a little longer, but all these stories kind of tie in with each other and why a lot of the system needs to change. Like,
No doubt.
You have regular encounters daily that happen like this. But what happens when somebody who hasn't done anything gets caught up in a system that already doesn't like you? Things get infinitely worse. For example, you had one, of the Angola 3, Albert Woodfox, who just got released from jail after 43 years. It's not just in jail, but in solitary confinement. Let me break that down for you. 43 years.
No doubt.
I haven't been on Earth for 43 years.
No doubt.
I know the Black Hawk's barely been on Earth for 43 years. A lot of my older cousins who are just hit 50 plus were teenagers when this man got jail. This man was in the cell by himself for 43 years and got released, not just due to the cruelty of such a thing, because I can't imagine how one can stay remotely sane in that type of environment, much less a U.S. Southern jail. I mean, jail is crappy, period, but a U.S. Southern jail and what have you, you had all of that go down, and you got released because they originally said that him and another inmate murdered a policeman when they were protesting brutal conditions inside of Angola prison, which in folks' research was crazy, and I think it's still crazy, but was super crazy back then in the early 70s and whatnot. But because of this accusation, plus the fact that the Angola 3 were tied into the Black Panthers back then, people were like, this was a punishment for their political activities and what have you. And Mr. Woodfox got freed after 23 hours a day being in a cell by himself. Because there was the judge of the U.S. district by the name of Jane Brady was like, he needs his unconditional release because there was no valid conviction or no valid reason to hold him in prison. You were in jail for 43 damn years, but the judge straight up said not one piece of evidence incriminated Mr. Woodfox. So think about why some people are like, F the police.
No doubt.
When stuff like that occurs. Because you would be like, innocent until proven guilty, blah, blah, blah. They're like, your black male ass is guilty.
Right.
And a huge chunk of that man's life's gone for no reason. I'm glad he's free now. But think about how many people don't get free who got railroaded. And this is even before the private prison era where people make a profit with the amount of bodies that are in a jail cell. And the majority of people who are in these jail cells are usually for nonviolent offenses and are usually people of color. And when you get into jail, and sometimes jail is a rather violent environment, you might get more time tacked on just trying to defend yourself. So think about these things when you hear people, when they get upset about the police and the treatment of Black Americans and other Americans of color. Another quick story. In North Carolina, 2 brothers got $1 million after being wrongfully imprisoned for a young girl's murder. And this situation had occurred where these fellows also had a significant of time in jail, about 3 decades, for killing this young lady, and they weren't guilty of it. DNA test and other stuff was done, and they weren't guilty of it.
Oh, wow.
So again, why do you think that some folks are like, F the police? We can't do stuff. We can't trust you. And we can even get out of the down south for this. And this is just going to be one more thing I'm going to touch base on. And then we'll try to lighten up a little bit with some movie discussion or whatever. We'll get to these other stories at another time. R.I.P. to the young man Kalief Browder. Some people who might follow folks through the Twitter and Facebook page had saw me post up a story about him. From the New Yorker, maybe a few months to about a year ago. This young man spent 3 years on Rikers Island without ever being convicted of committing a crime. And unfortunately, the situation that he already had got exacerbated, and he ended up committing suicide. He got out for a brief period of time. And that was due to a lot of people fighting to get him out, because again, he was never convicted of any crime. But they kept holding him in until people started making a fuss about it. And what have you. And it's just tragic and sad to see that stuff like this happens.
Oh, wow.
1993 to 2050. Barely made it 22 years old. And, like I said, the story is on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Is going to be linked into the show notes. But it's very deep what that young man went through. He went through mental torture for absolutely nothing.
No.
And this type of stuff happens everywhere. We talked about New York, we talked about Texas, we talked about North Carolina, and more. And we just go down this stuff list by list by list to the point where it's just insane. Like, you literally can't hashtag every black man or black woman's name who's been done dirty, whether they got killed or wrongfully imprisoned. Because it just happens so often. We're just getting more documentation of it now. I mean, even the United States doesn't have a federal record of how many people got killed by police shootings of any background. They're just trying to get that right now. And shout out to The Guardian and our people in the UK who brought this up to us. Like, The Guardian right now is just trying to document within the past year or so, few years, the amount of people who got killed by police. Because there's no real formal record. And it's nuts. It's a project they have that's called The Counted. But think about this stuff that's happening. You want to tell me that there's no flaw in the law enforcement system? It's nuts. It's crazy. But I think, through awareness, through multiple actions, whether you talk about protests, legal stuff, so forth and so on, change is coming. I hope it continues coming in a positive direction. And I hope that these people who've gotten done wrong, who are still alive, or who, transitioned over, get some form of justice on this plane, much less beyond. So, yeah, that's why I said a lot of craziness has happened within our news cycle, because it has. But let's talk about one or two quick things on the pop culture and the endings on a little bit of a higher note, and then we'll wrap up this commentary. And because it was going to be a little long because we haven't been back in a while, and there was some stuff to talk about, but we touched base on a lot of stuff in this period of time. Shout out to the folks, man, who made Mad Max Fury Road, yo.
All right.
Big
that's going. I like
to y'all for multiple reasons. For one, I'm an action movie type of gal. It was a dope movie.
No doubt.
Bottom line, like, if you like just seeing, like, especially if you like the practical effects steez, where I don't know how they got some of these stunt doubles to do this stuff.
No doubt.
I don't know how they got these cars in this desert to do these crazy things, and people jumping and shooting and God knows what else. It was crazy. Like, that was cool. The acting was cool. Shout out to Charlize Theron, man.
Yeah, to me, it was more about her than it was about Mad Max. It was more about her than Mad Max to me. Charlize Theron.
No doubt. And that's a whole other thing, too, which amused me to a degree. Because for one thing, I'm like, you had a full-packed action movie, and you had kick-ass female protagonist.
No doubt.
And a kick-ass story, which also amused me, because I'm like, you get to see how insecure some people who are just men by physical body type but not mentality are. Because there's a thing online called men's rights activists, MRAs. And it's pretty much folks who are just there like, well, if things were like back in the day, I'd get some ass. I'd be able to do what I want to. Man, like, insecure bastards. You know what I'm saying? And you had some of these guys talking about they were mad at Mad Max Fury Road because the women did too much action and talked too much. Now, I don't like being the type to say that, get your shit together, man up, don't have your balls shrink up or whatever, but seriously, get it together, yo. For one thing, it's a movie.
No
Secondly, if a movie with a kick-ass female antagonist who had a storyline of we're trying to save a whole, no spoiler really, because most folks know, because I'm not going to give away the total thing, but essentially it's like we're going to save a whole bunch of women from being done wrong by this dude in post-apocalyptic period. If that makes you nervous, you can't be helped, bruh. Get a grip. Learn how to talk to a girl. Something.
Yo, I thought Mad Max Fury Road was the joint. I like the fact that it did show women in that way. To me, on that level, in that context that they were in, I think all men would want their women to be able to pick up a gun, shoot, kill, stab, do what they got to do in that context. I can't see, just laying up and just waiting. In that context, I think that was it showed women in a more practical light in that way. Because that's more of a time at war, so women would be different in that context. I thought it was good. Now, I like the original Road Warrior better because it's based on Road Warrior, the one that was done, because it was Mad Max, the one that Mel Gibson did, and then it was Road Warrior. It's based on Road Warrior, but they put Mad Max, the Road Warrior. It's based upon it. I like that one better, and even in that one, they showed women. It was more about Mad Max in that one. But they showed strong women in that one. You know what I'm saying? Women with bows and arrows and guns. You know what I'm saying? So, this one, I knew I had to see it in the big screen. It's worth seeing, but definitely big up to the makers, the actors, and people who liked it.
No doubt. And also, another big shout out, the original cat who did the Mad Max series did Fury Road.
Really?
Yeah, man. On top of the fact they said they had played Fury Road for a minute. So think about, that bit of time. I can't think of the man's name right now because it's a little late and I'm a little tired. But yeah, I know I looked on a few movie sites, including IO9, and the same exact cat who did the original did Fury Road. And I'm like, man, sir, you put out a badass movie. Like if you like the summer blockbuster type of steez or action movies at large, and if you get to see it on a big screen, definitely see it on a big screen. If you like those type of movies at large, you're gonna love it, yo.
It's the same director.
Let me try to do a quick look up of this other laptop. I ain't tripping. I think it's the same I think it's the same director.
But it was somebody from the original cast. There's somebody from the original production that is involved with this one. Now, that's all good, though. That's all good. I always say that because, like the new Star Wars is going to have Han Solo. That only made sense to have Harrison Ford in it. That only made sense. He's still alive. It shows the progression of the character, and it's the one after the last one. It's one after the Empire Strikes Back. It's supposed to be the one that comes after that. So that's a good one.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I'm just trying to pull that up real quick.
And what was the and the Avengers I thought was good too. I thought that was worth seeing in the big screen.
True indeed. That was a very enjoyable movie as well. Like if you're a fan of those movies already, much less if you're like a comic book fan, like I was the young kid who read Marvel comics as a kid. Much less whatever else. Like I wasn't one of those people who read the original Avengers. But later on in life, they ended up doing a reboot, which is like how they who they're basing the characters off of more now. So, like if people know about Ultimate Marvel and all of that, check those joints out. That's where you got Black Nick Fury, who they literally based off of Samuel L. Jackson, ironically. And the current incarnations of Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, especially Iron Man. Because Iron Man back in the day, no offense to people who used to like old school Iron Man. Iron Man was corny till about like the 90s and 2000s. Okay. And what have you in comic books. But yeah, man, that movie was great too. It makes me look all the more forward to, when they roll out the Civil War storyline and when they bring Black Panther in the picture in 2017, 2018. Because I'm like, for real? The way they're going right now, Marvel has been doing it. Like, if we can get, the only thing I can ask for now is a dope Black Panther movie and for them to bring Blade back.
No doubt.
in some way, shape, or form. Because, I mean, Blade, honestly, was one of those joints where before we got into the big era of these movies, it was one of the few good comic book movies.
No doubt.
That came out, shout out to Wes Snipes and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wes had a vision I think a lot of cats didn't have. For these joints to like, not necessarily going completely dark, but taking, the material serious, actually being a fan of the material.
No doubt.
And whatnot. And with the way Marvel is right now, I mean, I never read Guardians of the Galaxy in my entire life in terms of a comic book. But I'm like, I watched the movie, I'm like, I care about a talking tree and a raccoon.
Yeah, the movie was a joint.
I don't care about Thor too tough, but the movies have at least been okay, and he's been cool in the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man, I mean, perfect casting. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man? And now you got all these big stars who are like, I need to be in a comic book movie, son. like yesterday, I need to be up in this piece. And they got my man, Chadwick Boseman, who's going to be Black Panther. And I've seen some of that concept art. And I know people who follow us have seen when they post that up. Man, big action movie with a huge budget tied into what people who haven't read the comic book yet, they're basing most of the movies on certain things from back in the day. The way he fits into the Civil War storyline is going to be amazing. And it's going to be a black superhero who is smarter to a degree than Bruce Banner. And can hunt and can kick butt. Like, I highly recommend for people, if you want to get a little bit of like early Black Panther history, much less, the up-to-date stuff, check out his first appearance. And I'm just gonna, like, one day, Ausar, I'm gonna have to go ahead and lend you this trade paperback I have.
Okay.
Of like when the Black Panther got introduced around the 70s and whatnot. But his first introduction in the comic books was against the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
And he literally kicked all the Fantastic Four's ass.
No doubt.
Just there like, look, y'all are cool and everything, but you're on my territory, and I'm smart and I'm a hunter, so I'm gonna get all y'all. And no, Black Panther.
I'm saying no. I wanted to ask you something about. I know we got to wrap this up, but because you're talking about comic books, it makes me think about the Hulk. Who was? Because I wasn't as deep in it as you are. Hulk belonged to who?
Hulk was a Marvel.
Okay, that was Marvel. Okay.
Yeah, Hulk was Marvel. Like
anybody who doesn't remember the Hulk TV series, and if you some way can get that, check that out. Actor Bill Bixby. The Incredible Hulk TV series, to me, is one of the best TV series that was ever made. You know what I'm saying? It's making me think about this comic book and done into a production form or whatever. The Incredible Hulk was on TV series back in the late 70s, early 80s. So that was a while ago. But if you can get a hold of that, though, they were very much ahead of their time. And that was a different context from what we're talking about, maybe, but it's still comic books and productions done from comic books. You know what I'm saying? Well, definitely big up to this whole genre, and it's actually telling a story about human beings becoming godlike or spirit beings coming into energy human form to good against evil. You know what I'm saying? They're like angels, angelic, angles of light, so to speak. So it's a play on the ancient wisdom, the ancient story. So it's a good thing. All right.
No doubt. And real quick correction: the Black Panther actually first appeared in the '60s. I'm just pulling up stuff real quick. 1966.
Oh,
in the Fantastic Four. Shout out to Stan Lee and them.
So that was kind of coinciding with the Black Panther, of course, the beautiful movement that emerged out of California. So it was good that he was able to do that in that way. That was good. Yeah.
No doubt. And also besides Stan Lee, shout out to Jack Kirby. For my comic book people, like Jack Kirby is one of those dudes who, if you like into like Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, a whole bunch of cats, he was one of the co-creators of a whole bunch of those folks, and they put him out there. But yeah, man, like I'm gonna have to lend you some of them early joints, because you can look at Black Panther, be there, like you're gonna see why people who are like kind of on the comic book nerdy thing like me are gassed. That dude's about to be in there. Where they're like, this is like a black superhero who's a ruler of a fictional African nation that's the most technologically advanced in the world. and his main thing is people not jacking with his nation. Like, he'll do superhero stuff and work with other people. He just there like, I just don't want you messing with nations called Wakanda or whatever. And if you mess with us, I'm gonna kick your ass. And he kicks a whole lot of ass. Holy crap! I never even saw this before. Oh snap!
What?
I'm just rambling a little bit because I'm just looking through the Wikipedia while I'm talking. I'm pulling up the Mad Max before we go ahead and wrap up this commentary. There's a Panther versus the Klan series. Oh my God! The Black Panther goes against the Ku Klux Klan. I gotta find that. Cause that's fire. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry. That just threw me off. Something in the 70s. So shout out to Marvel for even doing that joint.
Now, I didn't know he ran that deep with it. I didn't know he but obviously that he knows some information because all that it's like Star Wars. It's weaved into the ancient tales and making new tales with it that school people and that teach people. So that's cool.
No doubt. I mean, the modern incarnation of Black Panther is pretty cool too for people who check out like the latest Avengers runs and solo joints and all that. But I can get rambling about this all day. But yeah, I just saw that. I had to mention that because I'm like, holy crap! Word, where is that? Who scanned that on the web? Matter of fact, if anybody's listening, if you see that issue scanned on the web, please send that to me because I need to be about that life. Anyway, it was the original director George Miller for Mad Max Fury Road. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name and whatnot. So the original cat we're talking about, God, because those movies were like early '80s, weren't they?
Who?
The Mad Max series. When they started, was that late '70s or early '80s?
Oh yeah, that was early. Late '70s was the first one. Cause see, I wasn't, I saw it on cable, so I wasn't, really. I didn't see it in the movie with the first one, but I saw the second one. Actually, I only saw those movies because that was real. That was the first one. I think was '78, '79. Road Warrior was 1981, so that's back in this day. So I didn't see that in the movie theater. I saw that later on.
I'm mad I don't have a computer.
I think it was 1985. The one with Tina Turner was in. That was the last one. So
see,
yeah.
I was a kid. I had watched that one. I remember seeing the one of Tina Turner on TV and whatnot. And everybody who's seen like California Love or whatnot, that's where the imagery came from. For the Dr. Dre Tupac song, where you're just like, why the hell are they wearing that gear? And all that.
It does come from that, yeah.
Yeah, like, I tried watching that movie a while back. That's a weird flick, yo. It goes, like, Thunderdome goes completely left field after a while. But
no doubt.
But whatever the costuming was amazing, and what is that, like, something deal spinning the wheel or something crazy. Shit.
To this day, I've never seen all of number 3. I've seen bits and pieces. It's just whatever. Something about it, just I don't know. But I like the first two. The first one really is the lead up before, first one is still civilization, and it's before the change happens or whatever happens to the earth happens and becomes a wasteland. The first one is still Hitman's a cop, and there's other cops around. So and he's just a good cop amongst. It was funny that you brought that comes up because it shows a good cop, bad thing in the first Mad Max movie. That he was a good cop amongst certain cops who weren't good cops. So it was interesting. Yeah, so, yeah.
It's kind of interesting. See, we make everything tie in, even when we ramble, guys. Y'all don't even know. 1979. So the same dude who did this in 1979 did the 2015 movie.
No, that's all good.
Think about what hot shit that is, yo. Over almost 40 years ago.
And what's similar to that? What's similar to that is going to be that they're supposed to be making a new Alien movie.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I got to pull up more info about that. We talk about that in the next show, but they're doing that.
But like Mad Max, they're using the designs of H.R. Geiger, who created that alien design. That's the same design they did it in '79. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's very few movies from that time span, if we go back before then, using the same design. You see what I'm saying? And so even if Ridley Scott isn't on board, he was the one that signed off on that originally for that to come through. You know what I'm saying? Come through him at least. So, there's a lot of stuff that was bubbling in the 70s and the 80s that we're going to see again. And we probably were going to continue to see. Word up.
No doubt. And, yeah, real cosign. I can completely cosign of the Black Hawk there. Mad Max and the Road Warrior are classics. Mm-hmm. I personally dig those joints a lot. I had to get older to appreciate the first one, truth be told. But I watched Road Warrior many times, and then Thunderdome. I remember seeing that as a kid, and like Tina Turner with like the super 80s hair and the big earrings. And what the heck was that big thing that was controlled by the little dude?
I don't even remember.
Max had to kick his ass at the end. I forget what that thing was.
I just remember Tina Turner because Tina had it going on then. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I remember that thing being weird.
Like 50s and 60s then, if I'm correct, when she had it going on.
Master Blaster. That's the name of the big thing. I'm remembering the weirdest crap over recording this. But yeah, I just remember that. I just remember as a kid being there like, this is weird. And as an adult, looking at the first 2/3 of me, like, I can rock with this. It's kind of campy, but it's kind of whatever. I remember the end. I'm just there like, what? Okay, now he's around random kids. Whatever. Y'all had a decent run. And like you said, Tina Turner was like in badass mode, even though I'm just here like, I don't understand this auntie entity thing worth a damn, but whatever.
She was a hell for damn near when that movie came out and didn't look it. Did not look.
You know what I mean? Like, talk about reinventing a career and still looking like a bad. I mean, Tina Turner damn near 80 now and looks good. So, but yeah, like, I don't know. We're reminiscing over 80s action movies, guys. This is stuff we grew up to. So, hey. Whatever.
I still think there's been no equivalent to Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't think there's been an equivalent since, the early Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't think they made horror movies like that no more. And the thing is, it was kind of fantasy-oriented. I don't know. It just popped into my mind.
No, that's all good, man. Like, I remember seeing those joints younger on TV, and I don't remember being like necessarily scared of my mind, but a little shook. Like, I don't remember being scared with those type of movies until like one of my older cousins took me to see Hellraiser, which to this day I don't know why or whatever. And like, I look at it now, and it's kind of corny, but I remember being mad gory because they had the Pinhead dude and they had that box. I remember they had to see where like the box like sprung out these little metal things and tore somebody up and being like, and having like nightmares for mad days and being like, screw you for taking me to this movie. But there's definitely a more visceral thing with the old school horror movies that aren't necessarily there now. Like, you have more jump scare type of horror movies now, where it'd be like, there's a shadow, woo, jump. You know what I'm saying? Like the 80s and 90s, which like quick side note to our listeners. We've been talking about doing like a mini podcast on top of the long podcast where we just talk about random stuff like this. Yeah. So we'll get at that another time. But just to round this up real quick before we get to the show mix, like the 80s was interesting in terms of action or horror movies. I think there was a few less damns given in terms of like what you would put into a PG-13 movie, much less an R. Because some R movies I look at from back then right now, it's like, wow, that was nuts. Like RoboCop. Like the OG RoboCop. Like, I have nothing against the latest revision of it, but the old school one, I'm like, you look at some stuff now, they would either hard R it or give it an X, or not rated. I should put it like that.
And the old school Poltergeist is out. The old school one by Spielberg. It's better than the new one. The new one is good. I like the one by Spielberg better.
Did the old one have like that little small lady, old lady?
Yeah.
I remember that joint. That was a crazy joint.
They didn't have an equivalent to her in this one. I mean, the fact that she automatically had a visual thing about her, And then, this old, she was able to reach in the other world. So you'd be like, oh, there's other old lady. But she reached in the world and it ain't scared when you scared. So they didn't have an equivalent to her. And of course, Spielberg's writing, it was on another level. There was the interesting things I heard in this one that made me think about the stuff that I studied. But that was another one from that era that's out now. Actually, that was in that Mad Max series, the Poltergeist, the original one, because I think it came out in 1981.
Word. Like, yeah, I remember that joint having me spooked just because the atmosphere was bugged out. Besides the fact, like, if they wanted to get gory back in the day, they got like gory. Like, you're seeing all projectile everything. Like, people who saw like I'll just do one real quick comparison. Like, people who saw the up-to-date RoboCop and the old school RoboCop. The old school RoboCop, the way Alex Murphy got killed, that was some of the, to this day, that's some of the most graphic crap I've ever seen in terms of like a regular movie.
No doubt.
Like, when they shot him up to a T, he got like hamburger meated. Like, this joint, I mean, don't get me wrong. This other joint, like when they showed the After Effects, like it was physically more jacked up. Like, I don't know if did you see the other RoboCop? Black Hawk.
I saw the new one. I did like the new one. I did like it, but the old one, I agree with you. The old one, we had to keep in context at the time that it came out, and that was the '80s, so it wasn't what there is with this high digital stuff now. And I think it was better written, it damn sure was better performed, acted than the new one. But in the new one, but the old one was better.
No doubt. And in the new one when they showed the after effects of when he got jacked up.
Yeah. It was
like, yeah, that's jacked up. I mean, you're like a lung in a head, dog. Gross. You know what I'm saying? But when my memory of the new one is like you didn't necessarily see it get as crazy and raw when he actually got murked. You know what I'm saying? Before they put him in the suit. The old school one, like, when he got murked, you just had them dudes shooting and for like mad long. And, like he was shot up crazy besides some of the other stuff that happened. And, you had my man who played Red Foreman in that 70s show as the ultimate bad guy in that joint. I can never think of his name worth a damn, but people who are listening know who that dude is and whatever. Besides the fact, I think the old school one was more on we're parodying and making fun of the 80s Steves. And this new one was more of a straight lace joint. See, us rambling on this is why we gotta do our micro show, And we're gonna make more announcements on that on the upcoming. We're just trying to work on a title and whatnot, where we just go off of like random little things that we don't want to talk about in our commentary section that's long here, and go towards things. So we actually had a few people ask about that, so we'll get to that soon. But see, entertainment and excitement, and we're all not doom and gloom when we talk about stuff and what have you.
Yeah.
And one quick side note, screw the people who decided to bring the Colonel back for these new KFC commercials that's playing in the background on my TV right now that's on mute. I don't understand who thought that bringing back Plantation Vibe was cool to sell $5 boxes of chicken.
No doubt about it.
It rubs me the wrong way. And maybe I'm foolish about that. But I'm just there like, you think that's going to make you sell your, artificial leftover piece of chicken? Okay.
Leave that fried yard murder girl. Let's go mess with your blood vessels, your heart. But yes, indeed, I saw Raw Black Hawk, DJ Fusion, definitely about to kick off on a music excursion. Glad boys and girls, you've been listening. Of course, we're going to give you that feeling, DJ Fusion.
No doubt.
Black Hawk. We about to blast off.
Indeed. 21st Century Black Radio for the masses. DJ Fusion, the Saw Raw Black Hawk. As I always say, you don't got to love and agree with everything we say in the commentary, but if it gets your mind sparked a little bit and gets you some conversation, that's cool. And we're going to get into some music. You got a little bit of an extra long show today, so that's cool. You're going to get ready to nod your head, stomp your feet, and all of that. And one last quick, super quick shout out before we get through. Shout out to the folks who've been listening to our show via Stitcher.
No doubt.
I know that through our stats, we'll be getting more and more people doing the streaming thing on that end and via TuneIn Radio and stuff. We really appreciate it. There's a cool thing on Stitcher where they talk about Discover, where it's like listeners who listen to our show also like. I just want to break that down because I kind of like that we have an eclectic group of people who listen to our show. And it's pretty much like listeners who listen to this show would also dig this, right? Listeners to our show also dig NPR's All Things Considered.
No doubt.
NPR's Tiny Desk Concerts.
No doubt.
XEP Music That Matters.
No.
Combat Jack Show. Sound Opinions. The BBC.
No doubt.
BBC News. And something that's new I haven't seen before called Sound Opinions, which is also through an NPR site. So, however y'all, hop onto us, we appreciate you, man. Like, seriously. And I kind of love the fact that we're not strictly, quote unquote, tied in with hip hop shows. We are of the hip hop generation, actually 2 different hip hop generations.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And we are going to talk about things from a particular perspective on that because we have grown up through that.
Yeah.
And of course we're black, and I don't think we need to be ashamed of being black. Like, it's not all about blackness, but we are black people, so why can't we talk about being black and other stuff? But I think it's cool to see that our listenership is all over the place through multiple means besides, our other stats and what. I'm looking at NPR and seeing people who are just there like, hey, we're gonna, go from NPR to y'all.
No,
we're gonna go from, the BBC where most of their stuff is strict news and commentary and hop to y'all. So, seriously, thank y'all, man. It's really, really cool to see stuff like that. And whoever does the Stitcher algorithm that gets us through, thank you for that. Because, who would have thought that somebody's like, I'm going to go from the BBC to 2 Negroes in the United States talking and playing music they like. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's it. FuseBox Radio, we're about to get into the mix.
Yeah.
DJ Fusion, Ausar Black
Hawk. Black Hawk about to blast off. Of
we
course,
about to get to
Yes, sir.
About to get into our weekly goodness. Alright.
You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
It's a dog-eat-dog competition. No doubt. I'll be going like you wish. And I'm out. 'Cause I ain't got time for hanging around when you flick my love in all the wrong places. It's a dog-eat-dog competition. No doubt. I'll be going like you wish. And I'm out. 'Cause I ain't got time for hanging around when you flick my love in all the wrong places. Dog-eat-dog competition. No doubt. I'll be going like you wish. And I'm out. 'Cause I ain't got the time for hanging around when you flick my love in all the wrong places. Dog-eat-dog competition. No doubt. I'll be going like you wish. And I'm out. 'Cause I ain't got time for hanging around when you flick my love in all the wrong places. Extra, what's that all about? I'm wishing a position of my love and sort it out. I shed a tear 'cause I'm hearing nothing new or particular. Status once parallel, now it's perpendicular. Yeah. And everything is just as clear as day. Realistically explicit in the things you say. I guess a bitch in the bad is gonna make the flavor fat. But you got to keep it for real. Forget about your jewels and jammies. You won't be needing none of them, the tool to fix the error. My Melly used to wear a name buckle, now he chuckle 'cause he earned a dime quicker. Talking about a burner sipping on some malt liquor. And all these kiddies wishing they were super MCs, but to earn my S I had to learn some mess about a crime. I make a million, a dime I make a call. I'd rather hop on the line and drop around the Prince Paul, 'cause it's a dog-eat-dog competition. No doubt. I'll be going like you wish. And I'm out. 'Cause I ain't got time for hanging around when you up for my love in all the wrong places. Dog-eat-dog competition. No doubt. I'll be going like you wish. And I'm out. 'Cause I ain't got time for hanging around when you up my love in all the wrong places.
Hey kid, what's the word? Man, it's all about mind. Keeping focus on them self-mechanisms of rhyme. So no longer stand erect 'cause your thoughts are drained. Walk around, manifest attributes of shame. Used to squabble for the mic, but now record and leave. We act unless a club can't afford to feed. We act, so name that Emmy best man to put asunder. Created from the ground, yet know nothing about the under. Take a glimpse at them pimps playing record exec. Adding up all your O's so's to cut you a check. Saying why the blunder wonder could have G'd today. So you could put up some swings for your seed to play. But a swing ain't that important when the park's around the corner. Filled with life causing death, breeding victims for the morning. It was the moment I feared, the moment I steered upon the right path to know the right math to overstand. It's dog-eat-dog competition.
No doubt. I'll be going like you wish. And I'm out. 'Cause I ain't got time for hanging around when you up for my love in all the wrong places. lost my love in all the wrong places. Competition, no doubt. I'll be going like you wish, and I'm out. Cause I ain't got time for hanging around when you're my love in all the wrong places. Competition, no doubt. I'll be going like you wish, and I'm out. Cause I ain't got time. No doubt. And I'm out.
DJ Fusion.
Wait, somebody, wait,
Millions and not
wait, somebody, wait, for me. Wait, somebody, wait, for me. Wait, somebody, wait, for me.
Let's go.
Every time I try to be, there's somebody who waits for me, wanting energy to deep, but they don't think I'll ever see. I don't want no enemies, but I won't be portrayed as weak. That's why I see differently, and sometimes I don't even speak.
It's honestly astonishing the way I got them piling in. Autopilot rhyming, still I find a strike a line within. Just cause I'm smiling doesn't mean inside I ain't dying and hiding, but sympathizing I try minimizing. Cause that's when guys switch sides and wanna empathize. And after we collide, I take pride in right in this life. Advance the place in hands, it feels right. Left the tight, holding spite, cause they wanna see me leaning like pints in a Sprite. I'm seen like Pisa, but the geezers taught me Giza is key. Then I dug deep, dug in mummies, manifested jewels straight from the tummy to beat the beast, leaving us bloody, bluffing and tussling for money, stunting us to be dummies. I know they know I know, so that's why I think they waiting for me. So I got to worry.
Every time I try to be, there's somebody who waits for me, wanting energy to deep, but they don't think I'll ever see. I don't want no enemies, but I won't be portrayed as weak. That's why I see differently, and sometimes I don't even speak.
Have you ever felt inside a giant eye is watching? So confining and hiding's your only option. Like a lighthouse is spotting and people are seeking. The slightest reasons lead you to think of leaving. So many demons you keep on feeding that even with a leash, control seems to be weakened. Draining like leeches every week until the weekend ends. Even weekends are leaving me uneven. The odd seven repeating life lessons, but peeping in a second and dissecting it. So second misses dissection different. I strive for magnificent by consistently spit insignificant, but often ignorance leaves them disinterested. You the hottest out, I'm bound to leave you extinguished. And I've been instinctively thinking of extincting them, hoping in the blink, but it seems like it's longer than I think.
Every time I try to be, there's somebody who waits for me, wanting energy to deep, but they don't think I'll ever see. I don't want no enemies, but I won't be portrayed as weak. That's why I see differently, and sometimes I don't even speak. Every time I try to be, there's somebody who waits for me, wanting energy to deep, but they don't think I'll ever see. I don't want no enemies, but I won't be portrayed as weak. That's why I see differently, and sometimes I don't even speak.
Wait, somebody, wait, for me. Wait, somebody, wait, for me. Wait, somebody, wait, for me.
Putting these whack ass rap cats in a casket.
For me.
Back is the baddest black master
Wait,
bitch, whatever that
somebody,
means.
wait, for me.
You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
Watch out for the riders. Keep an eye out for the riders. Watch out for the riders. Keep an eye out for the riders.
DJ Fusion.
No need to adjust your system. This song on the Jack Herrer cause it hits strong. Fist pump, rebel on the set, make your jump. Doubt me, get in line cause the list long. Scandalous type Nick song. Mellow in your face like the Knicks song. Long gripped in the pits with my wits on. Blow quick, short wick on a lip bomb. Better strong, any record inspector on. I transform to a beast, call me Predacon. Upper echelon, Deco rep till he dead and gone. Was an ex-con, now I get my checks on. Now a nigga's alright like I'm never wrong. Headstrong, stepping through a present day Lebanon. Like Marvin, I get it on. Rebel gon' set it off, then I jet set where the weather's warm. Florida, something.
Listen, I'm a visionary, killing this, I'm still in this. Hang with a gang that's feeling this, building this from the ground up, turn the sound up, lounge around, let the beat pound like a Dillinger the handgun. Can't come close, I'm a phantom. Your brand ain't a movement and your jam ain't an anthem. Tantrum, crying bitch, a battle in your dying wish. I'm a genie that'll grant that shit. I insist, fly, shrunken low sweater, yeah, we tighten it. Tight kicks, flow holy water like Christ spit. Ice pick, spin that motherfucker like a nightstick. Prisoners, tie sun up, that I am my shit. Listeners, take a deep breath, I mean a recess. ES, mid issue 1, you to repress. Refresh, your funny style, you should redress. Speak less, what's a brave heart with the weak chest? Right? Yo.
I'm not gon' blow, he's down for the count. I'm not gon' blow, he's down for the count. I'm not gon' blow, he's down for the count. Dig this.
I spit bomb, kill him softly with this song. Click strong, this ain't nothing like a chick song. Big John, in the shower with a big blonde. Switch on the pile, little sour in the big bomb. I'm big homes, I ain't living till you live long. Big bone, honey, trying to keep me in the friend zone. I touch down, try and put it in a end zone. Pimp bone, and I dip on her like I'm Jim Jones. Yes, y'all, heard the rest, who the best, y'all? You slept, dog, I'm a threat, what you rep, dog? Respect, dog, here's a bone, go and fetch, dog. Mr. Mep, y'all, my favorite letter is F, y'all. As I continue where we left off, next off the list, another hater is checked off. Get lost, your trick, check boss, or bets off. More music and less talk, I'm talking about.
You already know, man.
I walk down the street, people look at me and say, who the hell are you?
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
Contact during conflict. I'm a disaster. Fight for clean water. Now that's a better rapper. Red blood, red skin, highly forsaken. You talking, I walk. That's the difference. I put my people on my back. I'm my home nation, knowing they're the reason that I rap. Tell me what you rapping for. If you ain't in it for change, then don't bring about the score. Ain't no reason for you to ever go tour. If you rap like Little B and talk that folklore. Whoa, baddest savage, still breathing red skin with a battle cry here for every season. Chief, hell no angel star, no spangle, never had no angles, it's bars and fans faithful. It's always family over everything. Family is the motivation in my pain medicine. Never afraid to go and get it in. Never been a lame, and a lame is what I never been. I do this for my dead relatives and every warrior stuck in on our land settlement. I hope you understand the beast that is awoken is a proud native and never mistaken for a token. If you're looking for a problem, then I think you might have found him. I'ma always stand up and let them know I am astounding. No, you ain't met a native who was conquering top of the Nova offerings. Imagine another stopping me. I've been the topic of prophecies, ancient Indian philosophies, to find the words of toss at thee. I am a cocky being a being of Hopkins Kings. My lack of father figure made my future not so clean. Stuck to a hollow dream, stumbled through my first 16. I was written out of pain, that started when I reached my teens. Stayed on a solo mission, life taught me to go the distance. Way before Kevin Costner was told from a ghostly vision. Can't say my pot to pissin', wasn't porcelain. Treat you like burgundy and fracture you up, but don't some years. Red skin more for years, minus the black trench. Point to left field, start crushing the first pitch. You know life can just switch, it all depends on the circle that you keep, minus family and friends. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and if you think I'm wrong, then please don't ask again. I never came to play, don't be asking me unless you're serious and ready to pay the fee. I represent my nation, Samson is the hoe. If you need to know that home is a toe, got love for everyone and die for those I go. My wife and my kids, and that's about all.
You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
The first time you shot me down, I was grazed. Second round was never found, it ricocheted. Nowhere to run, what you want from me. You think you have the ability to love two women equally. Well, I don't have the energy to fight for your exclusivity. I remember when you said you loved me. That's why it's so damn hard to let you go. Now did you mean them things you told me? Did you ever really love me at all? I'll bite the bullet.
This is Milk D. Right now I'm chillin', checking out the FuseBox Radio, bringing you the best of hip-hop and soul, news and commentary. What more can I say?
I've been in the wrong system, the wrong territory for way too long. If I say it's right and I show it to John, he looks back at me like it sounds wrong. Who am I making music for then? Ask him, me the label or him. I go mad showing people idiot tunes, cause really why it goes in. That's right, I'm torn between catering for me and the fans. I'm going mad, I only hear my big hits where people go to get tans. What's sad to me is they want easy, I can't show skills. For the way with music they want brother, I don't want meals. I step back looking in from the outside, wondering if it sounds right. Sounds good to me, on this path it's good to be. You could do the hook for me, or I could do the hook for free. Got a rave, booked at 1, leave an hour gap then I'm booked to 3. I step back looking in from the outside, wondering if it sounds right. Sounds good to me, on this path it's good to be. Yeah, you could do the hook for me, okay, or I could do the hook for free. That's right. Got a rave, booked at 1, leave an hour gap then I'm booked to 3. If I say it's right and I show it to John, he looks back at me like it sounds wrong. Who am I making music for then? Ask him, me the label or him. I go mad showing people idiot tunes, cause really why he goes in. That's right, I'm torn between catering for me and the fans. I'm going mad, I only hear my big hits where people go to get tans. What's sad to me is they want easy, I can't show skills. For the way with music they want brother, I don't want meals. I step back looking in from the outside, wondering if it sounds right. Sounds good to me, on this path it's good to be. You could do the hook for me, or I could do the hook for free. Got a rave, booked at 1, leave an hour gap then I'm booked to 3. I step back looking in from the outside, wondering if it sounds right. Sounds good to me, on this path it's good to be. Yeah, you could do the hook for me, okay, or I could do the hook for free. That's right. Got a rave, booked at 1, leave an hour gap then I'm booked to 3.
since I truly did it, since I shitted on all of my critics. Yeah, they say perfectionism isn't perfect, but that's only because we haven't scratched the surface. This etch-a-sketch has yet to catch some wreck. Your face is red and I ain't even found my method yet. Investing, reinventing everything I've ever said. I'm resurrected with this pen, I've dissected the lead. Zeppelin, it's like a box that I've been kept in. I ain't preaching to the choir, I'm just trying to get the attention of the reverend. Interrupting the reception, it happens when I say it. I'm talking about the shit that you stepped in. Quentin Tarantino with his music shit. It seems your short films have been misdirected. Infectious, you pawns don't even know what chess is. I'm so awake and that's exactly why I'm feeling restless.
Let me Van Gogh it, portrait of a poet, reinvented, here to advance, the motives to etch a sketch, story in retrospect, Corey to Rex to most deserving of respect, neck to neck with comma, I'm a chameleon, devising a newer chapter to capture experience, after I'm dead and gone, legacies living on, strip me the bare essentials as I pencil rarest form, bury bones without the needle, Jesus without the ego, with Jesus without the adoration from people, new lens to see through to truly see who we be when we be who we are, cause my mirror's imaging in the vision display a star. It's just arithmetic, back to the simpleness, thinking infinite, unlearning the gimmicks. This is the rebirth, destroy, rebuild, to yield figures, a realist who remain the realest, R.E.K. yes.
Dance on them like this. Okay, legendary, what a scene. Like my hero and big bro, but still about a quick Zoe and friends who let a clip go. I came up in a zip code and mercy's never tenfold. And so the bottom line is Lord have like flip mode. Somersault was the MO, flipping off the re. And you saw it courtesy of my aforementioned hero. And now for the present day, down to my resume, the G, that B.I. like surrounding the letter H. Money ball, everything, ground up, let it spray. The perimeter's mine, I'm around here to devastate. Scholar the splendid, one time for the winners. Fan base out the park, front line full of women. The way the rhythm do work is the way the literature work. She said the ride is everything, baby, the ride is tremendous. I'm on my born alone, die alone, count the whole pile on. Load the oven up into the truck, and then I'll be gone. Fuck us. Load the oven up into the truck, and then I'll be gone. Yeah. I said load the oven up into the truck, and then I'll be gone. Fuck us.
I got to go now. They're calling me on stage.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
In the beginning, God created God the heaven and the earth, the heaven and the earth. And God said, and God said, light. Let there be light. And there was light. And God said, And God said, the water began unto a firmament, and let the dry land appear. And God called dry land earth.
Malcolm X would have been 90 years old on Tuesday if he had not been assassinated at the age of 39 on February 21st, 1965. His impact on Black America, the African diaspora, and on human history is inestimable. But I believe Brother Malcolm's greatest contribution to the struggle for human dignity lay in his unrelenting critique of the political structures and behavior of Black America. Malcolm X made it legitimate and virtuous to engage in full-throated, soul-searching, icon-searing debate about the past, present, and future of those who were then called Negroes. Most importantly, he did not give a damn if white people heard all the black-on-black commotion or not, because they were not his audience, even when his arguments were broadcast on white corporate media. Malcolm broke with the taboos against criticizing black leadership within ear or eye range of white people, which in the late 50s and early 60s was viewed as airing dirty linen in public. Malcolm's position was that many of these black leaders were actually creatures of the white power structure and its media. He questioned their loyalties and very legitimacy and challenged black folks to choose their own leaders who would fight uncompromisingly for black interests. Malcolm took on the so-called Big Six, the NAACP, the National Urban League, CORE, SNCC, Dr. Martin Luther King's SCLC, and the legendary A. Philip Randolph, who'd gained the cooperation of the Kennedy administration to hold the 1963 March on Washington. Malcolm was not impressed. He called it the farce on Washington and derided the Big Six for diluting black people's power by putting cream in the coffee. This was not a catcall for racial exclusion, but a demand for independent black politics. Millions of black people, especially the young, understood Malcolm's meaning and acted upon it. There is no doubt that Malcolm was a race man, but when it came to his analysis of Black America, he was a class man too. His elevation of the field Negro over the fawning, obsequious house Negro was an admonition to resist co-optation into what even Dr. King later recognized was a burning house. Malcolm wielded his house Negro analogy like a sword, shaming and delegitimizing those blacks who identify with and serve oppressive institutions, rather than the interests of the masses of the people. Malcolm's harsh but lucid juxtapositions gave clarity of vision to a movement that would shake America to its foundations. What would Malcolm say if he were returned to us? His critique would begin with the present sorry state of Black America, where the house Negro has held sway for the past 2 generations with disastrous results. But he would also hear the voices of his great-grandchildren stirring among the field Negroes of Ferguson and Baltimore, and he would say, "Show me a capitalist and I'll show you a bloodsucker." And then Malcolm would immediately set about denouncing and organizing against those black people that have sided with the bloodsuckers. For Black Agenda Radio, I'm Glenn Ford. On the web, go to blackagendareport.com.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You are now tuned in to the FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah.
You're as good as they say you are.
Syndicated worldwide to bring real black radio back to the masses.
Cavalli, bodies and Savantis, Garavani, Galactic, it again, the lower temperature, indica blowing in my rearview mirror, Pinot Grigio pouring inside her platforms. Should be vertical limit before the scotch gone. The festivities just begun, the extremities and the rum, the activities on the sun, and we flying it just for fun.
Falling out the air, planes parachute through, something so unusual to wear is what we used to. Mattel, metallic toys, tipped in every temptress. Of course they know my Morse code, decoded it means something reckless. Beautiful black glamour, yes, we exuded, shoot it in the veins, get high, not vain, but vivid.
New York nightcap, toast to the skyline, a skyjack, laughing with Latin ladies on a Lamborghini launching pad. Mr. Sir, sip a lot, glitz on the Ritz a lot, switch them into Mitsubishi, set a mini motor microbot. Now we on the shot clock, how many can we take till that buzzer go off and we dressing up the place?
Clean up your act, you have a movie to star in, a mean action-packed film. I cash you act, Thrill Award-winning war jacket, so cold, Cobras, Cosby, so coma, Stone with Medusa, the cold rolling stoner, the heist, the magic in the minutes, the stars all revolve around you.
Bright lights.
Hey girl, let's leave tonight. Hey girl, let's catch this flight. Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Bright lights.
Hey girl, let's leave tonight. Hey girl, let's catch this flight. Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Cosmopolitan candy clashing with Cleopatra. Gold sugar casino, them Valentinos be at ya. Blonde balm on her arm, ebony queen mix. Drenching her Delolio, slipping inside the stolio. Last call before we exit on the skyway. Next stop, we lay on Champs-Élysées.
Venom and vixens, lap limbos, sideways samba. Stick to joystick, joy riders might smile with a slight crime stopper on my side. Is the boogie in the kiddo or the kiddo of the boogie? Do you mind to be my soul vibration? Badu, but loud, Ashford and Simpson, you know you get it, timeless duets.
Bright lights.
Hey girl, let's leave tonight. Hey girl, let's catch this flight. Hope you're not afraid of heights.
Bright lights.
Hey girl, let's leave tonight. Hey girl, let's catch this flight. Hope you're not afraid of heights.
DJ Fusion.
I got my ears to the bottom of my sneaker, so I hear and feel every vibration on the streets. Skin's touching bones and flesh. No more ends meet, just making ends and peas. Blind and deaf to all life's damn riches. The full vision to all life's scars and pains. Only thing that remains is crumbs and pennies on these cold New York streets.
Perpetrating the fraud, man, you know it's hard to trust. We talk about change, but we do nothing. Things remain, put the work in, but it ain't working. Cost of living should be cost of dying. You promised opportunities, corporations lying. You can't grow your own food, man, we steady buying. Off the protest, hurt their pockets, that would work best.
These people call it progress, I call it locust devastation. Metal with concrete, blood and sweats and bones. And stepping on the heads of others just to climb the economic ladder. They present these flares as upliftment up into the social status. Please, you can't climb trees with no hands and knees. From the beginning, you establishment. Pushing doers, greed seekers. Greed seekers. Pushing doers.
can't stand on your own too, but you got a crew. The pals and the numbers, steady chasing crumbs, cause that's all that's left. Man, theft ain't in, you won't resort to that. Life pitches curveballs, but you're still at bat. You's a home run hitter, you will never be a quitter.
Order, order, S-S-S-K, order, S-S-S-K, order, S-S-S-K, order, S-S-S-K, order, S-S-S. Establishment, I'm pushing doers, great seekers, I'm pushing doers, establishment, I'm pushing doers, great seekers, establishment, great seekers, in progress, blockers.
DJ Fusion.
DJ Fusion.
take.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
Now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
You can do what you wanna do.
and gentlemen, FuseBox Radio Show.
Yo, the Nappy Clan is in the building.
I'll smoke stages at your stage and age. I get high off what I wrote down on some pages. I rage they best to kiss the dark side of my moon. Listen to the bass go. The DJ, the band, the man in black is the man. The black in man in demand. Striving to be the I can. Spinning beginning to end, running it backwards beginning again. My writing, truncated, still see your government hate it. Can 10 million twitties be wrong? Follow hollow singers by singing their songs. You wanna do it? Get through it. Y'all hear it? Get near it. See it? Then be it. But only if you can feel it. I can. I can. I can. Yeah. I can.
Yeah. I swing past the fences, my style is relentless. Nothing but I can, all in my sentences. This in remembrance, those come before me. Radio bore me, you can't ignore me. PE, voice and power, turn it up louder. Lyrical shower, rain dance, no stopping our plans. Mic in one hand, the other with fist up, get up. Rise what my folks say, all in my DNA. Got a strong vertebrae backbone. Scared of my skin tone, crossing through zip codes, zipping through time zones. Not caught in a quicksand. Tell them I never ran. Standing on point with the DJ and band with my hands in the air. I can.
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 Hands in the air.
I can. I can. I smoke stages. At this stage and age, I get high of what I wrote down on pages. I rage they best against the dark side of my moon. Listen to the bass go. The DJ, the band, the man in black is the man. The black in man in demand. Striving to be the I can. Spinning beginning to end, running it backwards beginning again. My writing, truncated, still see your government hate it. Can 10 million twitties be wrong? Follow hollow singers by singing their songs. You wanna do it? Get through it. Y'all hear it? Get near it. See it? Then be it. But only if you can feel it. I can. I can. I can. I can. I can. Do what you do. I can. Turntable number 1, turntable number 2. Just come on and do what you do. Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
No fan on how urban radio has made rap fit for animals. Best exhibited in some of today's mixtape culture, which invites black men into USA jails. All that jail murder rhyming from these cats at themselves is a shame. But these corpse dangling and ushering many into USA prisons need smashing.
FuseBox Radio. nappy grand is in the building.
Crystal clear now, I plead my mind. Now the sky is open, there are no limits to thee. Let me feel the passion that I know exists when you're with me. I can feel it when you look at me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And baby, that's about the time. Feels so good. Yeah, the feeling's like no other. Passion. Passion is with me. Touch my heart, touch my soul, lead me into the light of a new day. Touch my heart, touch my soul, lift me up into the wonder of ecstasy. Well, I am here to explore, do as it pleases us, and there'll be no resistance.
right here on the FuseBox Radio.
All mocha, Molly and cocaine, loca. Seen her, she loves hyenas, especially hyenas with money like Lee Iacocca with an attitude. She just wanna have fun and I could give her what she want. I could make her pay for that. She just wanna have fun and I could give her what she want. I should make her pay for that.
Black youth still dying in vain. Shoot first, don't even ask questions. Stun gunning, no rights, just arresting. Fear of a black man that was stolen from the motherland. And I'm tired of them slave movies. 50 years done past, still feeling like the 70s. Yeah, stolen from mommy. Yeah, can't make it back. Can't make it back. the same. Now hold up, wait a minute. Where my soldiers at like no limit? This joint here ain't made for the timid. Same old since ancient Kemet. I came in the door, no tricks, no gimmick. Black man gone, everybody wanna mimic. Steal my culture, take the wealth, and then you wanna front like you did it yourself. But that bitch gon' end the day. When it come to this, I don't play. I'ma keep dropping balls till I'm old and gray. So move, better get out the way. The new Django coming out of angle. This should be the new Black Star Spangle. Grand Uber, you know how I put it down like a cipher, going round and round. Circle, yeah. Stolen from mommy. Can't make it back. Can't make it back. That's why we must learn our roots and culture. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Radio, bet you they won't play this. Brand new and keep them on the blacklist.
We gotta protect these babies. How many more unnecessary sacrifices? How many more marches? Aren't your feet tired? What happened to our 40 acres and a mule? I wanna build a casino too.
And me too.
We need group economics. We need organization. We need unification. The youth must respect the OGs and the OGs must teach the seed. And mama, please, burn that weave.
Wow.
Hey, yo, the Nappy Grand is in the building.
I ain't gonna get no shows.
All you folks that get on my life, you never made any sacrifice. Demons there on my trail, standing at the crossroads of hell. I look to the left, I look to the right. Hands that grab me on the every side. Folks think I got my price, which I'll sell, that is mine. Think money rules when all else fails. Go sell your soul, keep your shell. I'm trying to protect what I keep inside. All the reasons why I live my life. I say the devil, he walking mad. He a fool, he a liar, conjuring a thief. Try to tell you what you want, try to tell you what you need. Road to crush you down. What is at your back? Which way do you turn? Who will come find you first? Devils are your gods.
folks who run my life. I should be willing to compromise. Say all you demons go back to hell. Save my soul, save myself. Save myself. Save my soul, save myself. Save my soul, save myself. Save my soul, save myself.
Hey yo, the Nappy Grand is in the building.
Y'all ready for Chili Paris?
Now we talking about raising America and saving the children.
God can save the children.
You turn it up just a little bit.
Can I get a witness in?
But we must save the children. Save the children. Because if we save the children, we will save them for the years to come.
We must save the children.
It's all the hidden history of mysteries I see vividly. Hysteria cause misery on the interior. This get more scarier. I'm never in fear, just a little inferior in some areas, but I share wisdom with Sumerians. And will we in the place peace means harmony, not war and armory. But f that, cock your gun back. The survivor of the fittest. Some cats get boxing with a litter. These chickens don't bees in the trap. They like bees in the track. It's smoked out, and I ain't talking about what you choked out. You choked out for really thinking that this is a silly dream, when actually reality ain't what it really seems. And I ain't acting on the scene, just getting green. The actions ain't screen, just well schemed. I'm trying to have wealth for my well-being. By 18, pockets out the green. What the fuck is 12 beans? I need the cake and cream. The stage is high like fiends off a dream. Jet streaming, having cuisine. What the best seasons is the vet season. Carry a vest, you know the reason. I'm in shut rockin', I'm getting blown like the breezes. The chicken strip teasers, Dodge leg and the breast part is the cleavage. She even lick it down to the bone marrow. She in love, but I ain't got a bow and arrow. I'm known to jack the booty like I'm Sparrow. They ain't trying to see me in the battle. The lines is too narrow. They couldn't even outshine my shadow. They don't want the beef, looking at alone the cattle. They just want to ride the saddle. So sad though. Black Republicans, black Democrats, black educators, black entertainers, black businessmen, black people around me. Okay, they sleeping on the crack, they overdose on high fructose, Roy toast till I'm overthrown and overslow. I've been speaking overtones, low, but keep them L's high, let just live low. And we gon' be forever, this for the error. They try to tell us we too deep in the flow. The more the better, the more clever, etc. Whatever, whether they sweat us, dead us or just met us, but they won't forget us. They don't know better in the worst case. I be headed for first place, purchase they position, cause they worship oppositions. But I too had no pot to piss in, and some spot an assistant, and they still ain't got my decision. I won't stand under no man except my high supplier. He got the fire, I got the lighter. I hit the split fin, and this when I'm spitting like it's gas liquors that I'm tripping, pimping. Black Republicans, black Democrats, black educators, black entertainers, black businessmen, black people around me.
My man Guru Ball is slick. Bring it on if you think you can hang. It's legendary. Then let me do my thing. Yo, Kamachi, Philly's my official strip. Half street scientific, what I hit you with. The mind of an African initiate. I use my magic to murder any click you get. Don't need to click a clip. I'm in the jungle with Apollo stick. More powerful than any hollow tips. I'm out there like I blew up on the Apollo ship. I don't listen to Earth radio or follow hits. I'ma die for this hip-hop home I fought. And Guru got the temple where the bones is brought. So I can create a world where my poems is taught. And now I got them caught like high heels in the cracks of the boardwalk. Blood from their mug, but I give them the sword talk. Keep my eyes open like a war hawk. They slugs melt, but I think they need more salt. When my black candles burn in the middle of white floor talk.
Motherfuckers know who's the best.
Kamachi.
Mommy bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing.
Bring it on, but make sure intentions are pure. Cause like the saying goes, all's fair in love and war. They wanna try to dead a brother for. My bags are packed, I'm about to head out on another tour. While back home, all the shorties learn to pack chrome. They catch you slipping, you could get hit to the back of your dome. The New York blocks are still scorching. Word up, and it's the same down in Philly, and the same up in Boston. Down south and out west, some don't move without vests. I feel a couple of rappers, but I doubt the rest. Cause I can tell they don't know what they're in it for. They know their whole steez is weak, but won't even admit it or don't wanna play the game by the rules. So again, the blind leads the blind, the foolish led by the fools. And picture me not setting it straight. That's like a fat kid at a cookout, not getting a plate. So bring it on.
Motherfuckers know who's the best.
Kamachi.
Mommy
Bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing.
Hey yo, I'm humble and calm, but I still rumble and bomb. Any fugazi lazy rapper, I crumble in my palm. They play roles, and they could never rock me. I'm well protected, well connected, and I rock Kamachi. About to take ours back from the culture stealers. Cause we'll never see power unless we let our culture heal us. The strongest people call us the soul survivors. So beware the burning sands and the molten lava.
Yo, the God known to control every cycle and season. It's my holy land, commercial ass disciples is leaving. When I hit them with this automatic rifle, I'm breathing. And send their souls right back to the spiritual regions. My show get a listeners a miracle evening. Mary's womb is the spot that my voice was conceived in. Now understand me and what you should believe in. Don't care about my wrist long as my mental is freezing.
Motherfuckers know who's the best.
Mommy legendary, cold status.
Bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing. And if not, then let me do my thing. And if not, then let me do my thing. Bring it on, motherfuckers. Bring it on, motherfuckers. Yeah, bring it on if you think you can hang. Yeah, and if not, then let me do my thing. Yeah.
Word up, bring it on if you think you can hang, stupid. Yeah, it's your man Guru, Gangstar representing, aka Boyhead Slick. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the house with my man Kamachi. Straight like that, Philly to New York to worldwide. We'll put an end to your fraudulent behavior. That's what's up. It's about to change, you heard?
Bring it on, focus. Bring it on, focus. Yeah, bring it on. Yeah, bring it on, you focus. Focus, know who's the best, who's the best, the best, who's the best, the best, motherfuckers, you know the best. Bring it on, you think you can help with the best, yeah. Yeah, bring it on if you think you can help with the best, motherfuckers. I'll bring it on, yeah.
Where them gangsters at? Where them dimes at? 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 Where them dimes at? Where them dimes at? Where them dimes at? Where them
I slow dance with the devil, snow setting in the bezel, Mo sipping Phantom, bumping Aaron Neville, Polo blacks in it, I squinted, Air Force Ones with my own patent in it, pressing in the star, glowing up in the galaxy, pagan holidays, away far from my reality, fought through with Visu jeans, lethal green, Oliver people shades when I creep through Queens with no AKs, I'm the ambassador, Robin Hood in the Aston Mall, lot of blood gon' splash and war, task force, homicide, federales gon' harass, but y'all ain't never seen nothing, not a word, not a hint on the kid from the project bench that went Sony BMG to that new conglomerate. Allen Def Jam, guess how many dollars was spent to get the best man? Y'all niggas ain't silencing shit. Your bitch been wanna polish the big bins. I'ma model your chick with Zach posing. Cash frozer, cat stroker. Once I smash it over, cold like ice. More chains to slaves, dangerous ways. Pull the dice, change your channel. Roll the dice, I bring change when I gamble. I can sell sand to an Arab, hiding my gun handle.
Where them gangsters at? Where them dimes at? 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 Where them dimes at? Where them dimes at? Where them dimes at? Where them dimes
at? The whip pusher, my spit wet you if you stand close to the woofer. Betcha get sprayed by my lecture. Any club where ladies are dimes, I'm a regular. Give it up smooth, I ain't better. You're intelligent brainiac, brains maniac. Back of the Maybach, taste that, don't waste that. Eat with my elbows, top of the table. Street etiquette with speech impediments and still see presidents, no matter who paid. Cause you ain't take the last dollar made. Long as they keep printing it, there's chances of getting it. Money's my bitch, and we stay intimate. Ask about Nation, could ask about Jung. Ask about Bravehearts and ask where I'm from. Q Burrow, specifically the bridge. Don't ask no more questions, y'all know what it is.
Where them gangsters at? Where them dimes at? 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 at?
Whether chrome sparking, a loan sharking, busting ratchets or numbers rackets or drug traffic, my funds are wrapped up. No concerns who has what. Financer, skull do wrapped up. Mob life, prize fights, plasma TVs, a first row, diversified dough in my circle. Amid the most sickest, groomed to prove swiftness. Numero uno, inuensuentis. That's the language of our Latin ancestors. On the back of $1, the plan in the message. In a Rolls Royce like the king of Nigeria. My criteria, smoke cigars, change rap like Jimi Hendrix. Change rock and roll with a broke guitar. Diamonds flashing, almost put $1 million cash in my mommy casket. Seymour Green and St. Patrick.
Where them gangsters at? Where them dimes at? 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 at? Where them gangsters 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 at? Where them dimes 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 at?
Would you try with it?
Hey yo, the Nappy Grand is in the building.
How much a dollar really costs? The question is detrimental, paralyzed in my thoughts. Parasites in my stomach keep me with a gut feeling, y'all. Gotta see how I'm chilling once I park this luxury car. Hopping out feeling big as Mutombo. 20 on pump 6, 30 Marcellus called me Dumbo. 20 years ago, can't forget. Now I can lend them my ear or two. How to stack these residuals tenfold. The liberal concept that men do. 2006, it didn't hear me. Indigenous African, only spoke Zulu. My American tongue was lyric. Walked out the gas station, a homeless man with a 70-tan complexion. Asked me for 10 rand, stressing about dry land. Deep water, powder blue skies that crack open. A piece of crack that he wanted. I knew he was smoking, he begged and pleaded. Asked me to feed him twice, I didn't believe it. Told him beat it. Contributed money just for his pipe, I couldn't see it. He said, my son, temptation is one thing that I've defeated. Listen to me, I want a single bill from you. Nothing less, nothing more. I told him I didn't have it, then closed my door. Tell me how much a dollar cost. He's staring at me in disbelief. My temper is building. He's staring at me. I grabbed my key, he's staring at me. I started the car, then I tried to leave. But something told me to keep it in park until I could see the reason why he was mad at a stranger. Like I was supposed to save him, like I'm the reason he homeless and asking me for a favor. He's staring at me, his eyes follow me with no laser. He's staring at me, I noticed that his stare is contagious. Cause now I'm staring back at him, feeling some type of disrespect. If I could throw a bat at him, it'll be aiming at his neck. I never understood someone begging for goods, asking for handouts, taking it if they could. And this particular person just had it down back, staring at me for the longest until he finally asked, have you ever opened up Exodus 14? A humble man is all that we ever need. Tell me how much a dollar cost. Tripping and feeling resentment. I never met a transient that demanded attention. They got me frustrated, indecisive, and power tripping. Sour emotions got me looking at the universe different. I should distance myself, I should keep it relentless. My selfishness is what got me here, who the fuck I'm kidding? So I'ma tell you like I told the last bum, crumbs and pennies, I need all of mine. And I recognize this type of panhandling all the time. I got better judgment, I know when niggas hustling. Keep in mind, when I was struggling, I did compromise. Now I comprehend, I smell grandpa's soul medicine reeking from your skin, moonshine and gin. Nigga, you're babbling, your words ain't flattering. I'm imagining Denzel, but looking at O'Neal. Cause I'm in sad thrills, your gimmick is mediocre. The jig is up, I seen you from a mile away losing focus. And I'm insensitive, and I lack empathy. He looked at me and said, your potential is bittersweet. I looked at him and said, every nickel is mine to keep. He looked at me and said, know the truth, it'll set you free. You're looking at the Messiah, the Son of Jehovah, the higher power, the choir that spoke the word, the Holy Spirit, the nerve of Nazareth. And I tell you just how much a dollar cost. The price of having a spot in heaven. Embrace your loss, I am God.
I washed my hands, I said my grace. What more do you want from me? Tears of a cloud, guess I'm not all what it's meant to be. Shades of gray will never change if I condone. Turn this page, help me change to right my wrong.
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
bottle. Wait, give me a little Herb Hamilton. Wait a minute. You feel too good today. What it is, what
FuseBox Radio.
Cars, clothes, girls, and games. Through the years, a lot of things change. We shared a love like a melody. My sweetest moments are when you're here with me. Yeah. Gave me all, giving you to. Every time I look at you, your smile lets me know you feel me too. Anything I wanna be, I can deal with because you're right here next to me, yeah. You never